Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Freeman Motorsports for the one and only Bristol Night Race. Oh boy, ladies and gents, you're in for a treat tonight. It's cutoff time at Bristol. Also, you guys can peep the dog right here. He's making an appearance tonight for now. We're doing things a little different tonight. We're doing a bit of a pre-race show. I'm giving you my picks. You guys can give me your picks for who's going to make the playoffs, who's going to win tonight, some underdogs to watch. This race is going to be closing out what's been a crazy weekend of late night thriller races. Thanks to everybody tuning in so far. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Countdown to command still 29 minutes away, so but yeah, so we're going to go through my opening picks here in just a second. Also, we're just going to work on a couple things here. We're having some technical difficulties here to start things off, but we're going to have that under control here pretty quickly.
And now, are you ready to meet your 2022 NASCAR Cup Series playoff drivers in tonight's Bass Pro Shops night race?
Yeah, right now. Yeah, as they come into tonight, the drivers below the cut line are some big names like Kevin Harvick, Chase Briscoe, Kyle Busch, and others. Austin Dillon. We'll go through the entire playoff picture right now. Only one driver is clinched in, and that is Christopher Bell. Yeah, right now the NASCAR website having some technical difficulties, so just stand by for 1 second. Okay, so yeah, your starting order, or not your starting order. In terms of the playoff picture, right now it's Kevin Harvick, 35 points to the bad coming into tonight, so basically a must-win. There's a slight possibility that he might be able to somehow point his way in, but it'd basically need a miracle for that to happen. But then you have Chase Briscoe, 9 points to the bad, so he's definitely still in the range of being able to point his way in. And then, just ahead of him, Austin Dillon, 3 points to the bad. And Austin Dillon has honestly had a pretty bad round one. But you know what? With so many other guys having issues, he's got himself in position to possibly have a shot at making it into the next round. I think everybody had Austin Dillon written off in the first round. But you know what? Here he is, giving himself a shot going into the cutoff race. But ahead of him, Kyle Busch, 2 points to the bad after issues last weekend at Kansas. That took him a lap down early on in that race. He couldn't recover. Kyle Busch, 2 points to the bad. Two big names, Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick below the cut line. If they both went out in the first round, that would be pretty insane, but honestly it would kind of fit the narrative that's been going on this year with just pure parity. But the first driver above the cut line, 2 points to the good, is the driver of the number 2, Austin Cindric, driving that Penske Ford. In his rookie season after winning the Daytona 500, honestly, he was on a bit of a quiet hot streak coming into the playoffs. It really has not performed that well in the first 2 races, but at least for now, he's currently above that cut line. He's starting 9th tonight, so you know he's got a lot of pressure, but as long as he can perform like he's done kind of the majority of the season, I think he'll be able to advance. The next driver is one of the drivers that I'm really worried about, Tyler Reddick in that 8 car. He has had pace in both of the first 2 races, but has had issues that have taken him out. But only 2 points is a good. Tyler Reddick starting back in 17th, so really not in that safe of a spot, especially when a lot of the Stewart Haas cars have speed tonight, but that's something we'll get to a bit later. Then the next driver in 10th in terms of the point standings, Daniel Suarez, 6 points to the good, but this is somebody who I think we're definitely going to have to keep tabs on tonight. Daniel Suarez had a very poor qualifying effort. He's starting 29th, so he is definitely going to be at risk of going a lap in stage 1. So he's going to be fighting for his life right from the get-go. But then the next driver above the cut line is his teammate Ross Chastain. But from 10th to 9th in the points, there's a 20-point gap. So Ross Chastain and everybody else above him is feeling a bit more comfortable unless they have some sort of mechanical issue. But we saw last night in the Xfinity Series race, Landon Castle came into the night, 19 points to the good. That team has a mechanical issue early on, takes them out of the race, and they're eliminated by 7 points. So really, nobody is safe. at least for now. And then the next driver above Ross Chastain, 27 points to the good. Your defending Cup Series champion, Kyle Larson, not looking like, he's still not safe yet. You know what? I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility for him to be eliminated here in the first round. Even though I'm a Larson fan, I really hope that doesn't I really hope that doesn't happen. But then the driver ahead of Kyle Larson, the regular season champion and the 2020 Cup Series champion, Chase Elliott, will be in 7th, 28 points to the good. He's also kind of in jeopardy of somehow missing the playoffs if something bad were to happen to him. And then ahead of him, the next Hendrick car, Alex Bowman, 30 points to the good. And then we have another bit of a jump up. And in 5th place, you have Ryan Blaney, 36 points to the good. Honestly, Blaney and everybody else up, basically, unless something goes catastrophically wrong, they should be okay. 36 points is basically an entire race worth of points if you take out stage points. So, yeah, he's looking pretty safe. Joey Logano, 40 points to the good in 4th. Hamlin, 47 points to the good. And Byron, 48 points to the good. And then you have the only driver locked in is Christopher Bell, 58 points to the good. But here's the one thing that I have to say, guys, is my picks coming into this first round of the playoffs, not looking too hot. In round 1, I had a lot of drivers going out that don't seem to be in position to go out. For that to happen, it would take a lot. For that to happen, that would take a lot of things, a lot of crazy things to happen for my picks to be right. I'm trying to look back at my picks here really quick just to see who I had going out in the first round. Yeah, no, my picks to go out in the first round. Okay, yeah. Okay, hold on. They're loading in. But thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're already up to 15 likes. What? I appreciate it, guys. We got 30 people watching right now. How you guys doing? Ball GB in the chat. TB Gaming. Andrew Plays 22. Okay, so my picks to go out in the first round. Oh boy, they're looking pretty bad right now. So I had Austin Dillon, who he is below the cut line right now, and I think just about everybody had Austin Dillon going out in the first round. So that's not too crazy of a pick. But then, besides Austin Dillon, okay, so who I had going out in the first round, Austin Dillon, Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez. So all 3 of those guys, pretty likely that they may miss. And then I have Alex Bowman. Yeah, I don't know. Bowman was on a pretty cold streak there coming into the playoffs, so I was kind of anticipating that was just going to carry on. But in the back of my mind, I knew the Hendrick cars, they were going to turn it on for the playoffs. And what do you know? Alex Bowman has, and he's put himself 30 points to the good, or 28 points to the good coming into tonight. So unless something goes really, really bad, he's not going to be eliminated. But you know what? My bracket still could be good for now. It could still be good. Honestly, if I get 3 out of the first 4 right, I'll take that. I would take that any day. Hey, we're up to 20 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Green flag still a little bit away. Yeah, so we'll go through our starting order really quick, talk about some storylines going into the night. And honestly, the one thing that I have to mention, Stewart-Haas, they got both of their playoff drivers that made it into the playoffs, so not even all the Stewart-Haas cars made it into the playoffs, but the 2 that did are the bottom 2 in points, and Harvick's basically in a must-win situation on top of that. But you know what? Stewart-Haas, they were like, you know what? We're going to have to perform this weekend, and they have brought a car. They swept the front row in qualifying. Eric Almirola on the pole, Chase Briscoe in 2nd, then Harvick in 4th, and Cole Custer in 11th. All 4 Stewart-Haas cars inside the top 11. That might be the first time all 4 of them was qualified inside the top 11 in maybe 3 years. So a great job by Stewart-Haas this weekend to bring a fast car, at least on the short run. We'll have to see how they do in the race. And also qualifying was in the day and the race is under the lights. So we'll have to see how these cars adapt. But then, you know what? Another driver who I was talking about, somebody who I had going out in the first round, who's 28 points to the good, Alex Bowman, will roll off third place. So the odds of my 4 picks to be eliminated going into the playoffs, being eliminated in the first round, pretty unlikely, but still might get 3 out of 4. Anyways, in fourth place, we got Denny Hamlin. And then in row 3, Kyle Larson, the defending winner of this race, to his outside, Ryan Blaney. Then in row 4, Kevin Harvick. He's in a must-win situation, basically. To his outside, Christopher Bell, the only driver locked in on points. So that 20 car can feel free to maybe pull it a bit risky on a crazy strategy at some point because they really don't have anything to lose. In row 5, Austin Cindric. He's a driver just 2 points to the good. He's got to perform. Then to his outside, Brad Keselowski with a solid qualifying effort. In row 6, Custer and Chastain. Row 7, A.J. Allmendinger, who ran strong in last night's race. And his outside, Bubba Wallace, who won last weekend at Kansas. In row 8, Joey Logano and William Byron. Byron and Logano both pretty comfortable on points unless something were to go catastrophically wrong. Then in row 9, Tyler Reddick, 2 points to the good, starting 17th. Not the worst qualifying job compared to especially some of the guys he's racing in points. But you know what? He's got to improve that spot a little bit more if he wants to be safe. In row 10, Justin Haley and Chris Buescher. In row 11, Kyle Busch, a driver who comes into tonight 2 points below the cut line at arguably his best track, statistically his best track. Hasn't had a lot of success here recently on the pavement. He did win this race earlier this year on the dirt, but obviously that's an entirely different animal. But thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. But yeah, to his outside, Martin Truex Jr. But then behind these guys, Chase Elliott, qualifying 23rd. Chase Elliott has underperformed in this first round terribly. I am honestly surprised. Chase Elliott looked like to be the hottest driver during the summer, but he has just cooled off here in the first round of the playoffs. He has not qualified inside the top 20 yet in these playoffs. I mean, I don't think there was a single time this year where Chase Elliott qualified outside the top 20 in back-to-back races. But now here he's done it 3 times in the first round. And his outside, Eric Jones. And then in row 13, Ty Gibbs and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Row 14, Harrison Burton. And to his outside, a playoff driver who's 3 points to the bad, the driver of the number 3, Austin Dillon, rolling off 28th. He has got a lot of work cut out for him here early on. Then in row 15, Daniel Suarez and Todd Gilliland. Daniel Suarez, another playoff driver, 6 points to the good. Yeah, he's got to pass a lot of cars here early. And then row 16, Corey LaJoie, Cody Ware. Row 17 is B.J. McLeod and Ty Dillon. And then rounding out your field, Landon Castle and J.J. Yaley. Yeah, right now, though, we're having some technical difficulties with our leaderboard, so hopefully that'll be resolved before the race begins. But thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. We got 45 people watching. I appreciate it. But we only got 23 likes. Let's get up to 30 likes, guys. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Feel free to put in the chat, who do you think's going to win tonight, and who do you think's going to get eliminated? So I told you who I had as my picks to be eliminated before the playoffs began. I had Austin Dillon, Chase Briscoe, Daniel Suarez, and Alex Bowman. It doesn't look like I'm going to get all those right, but I could probably get 3. But anyways, what was I going to say? But then my picks for tonight, I'll let you guys know that in just a second. Just going to fix something here really quick on the stream. Alan C. Crow, Kyle Busch is going to get it done tonight. Well, he's rolling off 21st, so he's got a lot of work cut out for him if he wants to make that happen. But obviously, you can't bet against Kyle Busch at Bristol. Ooh. There we go. Thanks to everybody watching right now. We got 45 people watching. I appreciate it. Yeah, but we're on the road to 3,000 subscribers, guys. So drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hey, we're already up to 25, 29. I appreciate it. But yeah, so my picks for tonight in terms of being eliminated, I'm not going to try to be too biased or too doubtful of some people's skills, but you know what? I have to be honest. A couple drivers that I feel pretty confident that aren't going to make it. Just give me one more second. Just finishing on adjusting this subscriber counter down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Appreciate your guys' patience. Anyways, so back to it. So the people I think are going to get eliminated tonight. Whew, okay. First off, I don't want to come off too crazy, but I think Kevin Harvick's out. I don't think he's going to win. I'm going to clear the air. I want Kevin Harvick to make it to the next round of the playoffs. Kevin Harvick has been so consistent this year. He's been a strong car. Like, he's definitely one of the top 12 drivers this season, but with 2 bad breaks and back-to-back races, he is in a must-win situation, basically. But besides Kevin Harvick going out, the next driver that I'm almost certain is going to go out, Austin Dillon, rolling off 28th. Last year, he really struggled in this race. I expect him to struggle again tonight. He's gonna need a lot of things to go his way, like some playoff guys to crash out for him to get in. He's not gonna get in on pure speed. I basically can guarantee that. I feel like, but that's 2 guys eliminated. Then my third pick, Daniel Suarez. Suarez has had a lot of raw pace in this round, but he comes into tonight with a very poor qualifying job. He qualified way back in 29th. He's got to make up a lot of ground, but because the fact that they put down the PJ1 this weekend and have made it really a one-grooved racetrack, that makes passing a lot harder, and I feel like he's going to be at risk of going a lap down here early on. And I feel like if he goes a lap down in stage 1, if anybody goes a lap down in stage 1, that's just a really big obstacle to overcome. But that's my first 3 eliminated. And then after that, the next driver that I have getting eliminated is, honestly, I didn't really think ahead for this final guy. I was kind of debating between a couple different drivers. I think that other guy that's not going to make it in is this might sound almost insane, but I think that Tyler Reddick is not going to make it in. A guy that has had so much pace recently, but I don't think Tyler Reddick's my 4th. This is kind of a bit more bold, but I don't think Tyler Reddick's going to make it in. Yeah, who do you think makes it into the next round of playoffs? Who doesn't? Put your picks in the chat. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We got 50 people watching. I appreciate it, but we only got 30 likes. Drop a like if you haven't already. Also, subscribe. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Do it for Dale. We're just past halfway there. Okay, so, yeah, we're putting up a poll right now in the chat for who moves on. So, yeah, we'll have Kyle Busch as that first option, -2. And then that next option is Austin Dillon. He is -3. The third option is Chase Briscoe, -9, so a bit more of a deficit to overcome, but really anything less than 15 points isn't that difficult. And he's starting on the front row tonight, so if he can get big stage points in stage 1, that'll basically make up that entire gap. Okay, that's the new poll for the chat. Who moves on at Bristol? Oh, Allen, that's tough. Hopefully you can get that. It's fixed up. Steve Ray, you know that Briscoe and Dillon are going to get the boot. You know what? I thought going into this weekend that Briscoe was going to get eliminated, but that Stuart Haas team brought a great car, at least in terms of qualifying pace. They got both of their cars on the front row. You got Briscoe starting second, and honestly, if you can just stay in the top 10 tonight, I think that'll be enough for him to move on to the next round. Indiana 1920s. Am I? No, I'm not. It is illegal to do that. If you see somebody who's streaming the race, it'll most likely get taken down at some point. Gregory Matthews, good evening, from North Carolina. You're 53. You're at Rockingham last race in North Wilkesboro's race. You're glad to see the tracks where you drive come back. So it's all good, Gregory. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Lester, you think Chase Briscoe is getting eliminated, or do you think he's moving on? So right now, it looks like the majority of you guys are putting you think Kyle Busch is going to move on. Which, you know what, makes sense. He's only 2 to the bad. It's also Bristol. It's Kyle Busch. It makes sense. Indiana 1920s. Any advice on where to watch it online? Twitch sometimes will have some, like, pirated streams. Also, if you're actually going to pay for a service, Hulu. If you buy Hulu, you get access to, like, everything. And I think that's, like, maybe $10. And it's, like, you can have access to, like, the behind-the-scenes, like, Race Hub, all that extra stuff as well during the week. But if you're looking for a way to get the race, I'm here commentating it. And if you want to see the actual, like, broadcasts on TV, you might be able to find something on Twitch. You might need an extension of Hulu or, like, an extra, like, maybe it's an extra $5 to get, like, USA Network and all that. Anyways, focusing back to the race, it looks like we're about to get, they're doing the national anthem here at Bristol. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. They got all the kids of the drivers. That's cool. Or the kids of the drivers and the crew members. It's pretty cool. Oh, that's cute. Ball GB, it starts probably in like 15 minutes. They're doing the opening ceremonies right now. We got a special guest with us tonight. The dog. He's got no clue what's going on right now. Drop a like for the dog. He's got the Buffalo Bills bandana. He knows what he's doing. Okay, I'll stop annoying the dog. Stevie Ray Dillon should start learning how to run RCR because he's not a good driver whatsoever. You're 55 years old and I watch NASCAR a lot, so I can tell a good driver looks like. Well, you know what? I don't know. I think Dillon's going to be in that car for at least 3 or 4 more years because he's not great, but, like, he's not terrible. You know, I mean, he's not good really by any means, but I'd say he's a solid 5 out of 10 driver. I mean, he's got 4 wins in his career. Now, really none of them are off of raw speed, more so strategy and being in the right place at the right time. But nevertheless, he's gotten into the playoffs like 6 or 7 times in his career. I feel like that's enough to merit him staying in that car, even if there are probably better drivers that could fill that seat. 1 Mile Cup Series, you're going to Texas? Dang, you know what? I'm going to be in Texas for the Texas race, not for the Texas race. I'm going to be in Texas during the Texas race, but not for the Texas race, sadly. Chase Elliott's been dominating all year. It's rigged. You don't fall off like that. I don't know what you're... I do think it is rather interesting. Like, Chase Elliott has just struggled. Now, I feel like last weekend at Kansas he had a bit more speed, but still just wasn't... Like, I don't really know what's happened with Elliott, but I feel like over the last month, kind of coming up to the playoffs, he was kind of slowing down a tiny bit, but I don't know. Thanks to everybody tuning in, though. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. We got 66 people watching. We got 39 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes, guys. Also, we got 2,530 people watching, or we got 2,530 subscribers, guys. I appreciate it. But, yo, let's get up to 2,600. Only 70 away. Trying to get to 3,000 by the end of the season. Thanks to everybody over. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Anyways, what was I going to say? Kerr. Okay, what are my top 3 finishers on the night? Okay, I'll try and get into my picks to win. I'll try getting into my picks to win. There we go. So I do. Okay, I think Kevin Harvick, even though I have him missing the playoffs because he's not going to win, I do think he's going to be in the mix all night. Unless they have an issue. I do think that Ford team, though, like they have speed. They were really fast here last year. I mean, they are going to do their best to try and win. I just don't feel like it's going to be enough because the guy that they're going to have to overcome is Ryan Blaney. I think Ryan Blaney gets his first win of the season tonight. And, you know, that would sweep this first round of all first-time winners in terms of this year. Yeah, I think Ryan Blaney gets it done tonight, and I think Denny Hamlin is also going to be somebody in the mix. Hamlin, Blaney, and Harvick. And then 2 more guys that I think could possibly be in the mix would be Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson. But I feel like Larson is he just hasn't had the pace over the last couple months. He's just there, maybe like in the bottom half of the top 10, but really hasn't shown, you know, race-winning pace hardly at all this year, to be honest with you. But in practice and in qualifying, he almost laid down the fastest laps. Just got away from him. But that 5 car definitely has some speed. But it looks like we're going to be going racing here pretty soon, guys. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Oh, boy. I'm trying to get the leaderboard to work right now. Thanks to everybody watching, though, right now. If you guys want to put your picks to win in the chat, feel free to go right ahead. Yeah, Ball G, I think they're trying to wait for it to get dark first before they start the race. I mean, it is the Bass Pro Shops night race, after all. Thanks to everybody watching, though. Right now, we got 85 people watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. It's a free way to help support the channel. But right now, the poll in the chat for who moves on at Bristol, 27 votes, 50% saying Kyle Busch, 25% saying Kevin Harvick, 10% for Chase Briscoe, and 15% for Austin Dillon. This is Kyle Busch's best track, but he rolls off in 21st, so he's got to make up some ground if he wants to move on to the next round. Oh, that rhymed, now didn't it? Yeah, as they run, it's Harvick 35 to the bad, basically a must-win. Briscoe 9 to the bad, Dillon 3 to the bad, Kyle Busch 2 to the bad, Cindric 2 to the good, Tyler Reddick 2 to the good, Suarez 6 to the good. Then there's a jump up. Ross Chastain 26 to the good, Larson 27 to good, Elliott 28 to the good, Bowman 30 to the good, Blaney and Logano 36 and 40 to the good, then Hamlin 47 to the good, Byron 48 to the good, and then Bell is locked in on points. Yeah, my picks before the playoffs began, so before Kansas and Darlington, I had Dillon, Cindric, Bowman, and Suarez going out. And, well, it looks like Bowman's going to move on to the next round, but Suarez, Cindric, and Dillon are all still in the mix to possibly go out tonight. The only way my picks still remain accurate is basically if Bowman crashes out right away and Kevin Harvick wins the race. Thanks to everybody watching, though, right now. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Only got 500 left to go. Let's make it happen. Mary, you're rooting for the 22 tonight. Yeah, that's another thing. It's Joey Logano's 500th career start. I believe that moves him up probably into like the top 50 most starts ever, maybe even top 30. And he is still really young. Because Logano came into the series like right when he was 18, by the time Logano retires, he could honestly have like top 5 most starts in NASCAR history, depending on how long he wants to race. No, I'm not praying for any rain or lightning tonight. I want this thing. I do not want any rain or lightning. And honestly, that's making. I want to check the weather really quick. I mean, it looks pretty clear right now. But we'll see if there's any chance of any rain later tonight. Nah, we ain't got. There's no chance of rain tonight in Bristol, Tennessee. Let's go. Drivers about to fire up their engines. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go racing. We're about to go racing. And I'll try to get the leaderboard up here in a second, but the NASCAR website really kind of glitching out right now. Thanks to everybody tuning in, though, right now. We're trying to get a live leaderboard, though, that we can pull up or something. Not quite sure why we're having this issue. Just occasionally NASCAR's website will be annoying, but I guess it decided to do that tonight. But we're going to try to adapt. Hey, we got this. Hey, okay, so I think we might be able to get some of this leaderboard up here for you. So Eric Almirola rolling off on pole. Oh boy. Well, they just did like a duck call there to start this race. That's a new one. Okay, so we'll go through your starting order, though, really quick right now. Yeah, on pole, Eric Almirola. In sweeping the front row, Stuart Haas. They brought some fast forwards this weekend. Chase Briscoe's rolling off second. In row 2, Alex Bowman and Denny Hamlin. They just needed to score a couple stage points, and they'll lock themselves into the next round. Then, in row 3, Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney. In row 4, Kevin Harvick, 35 points to the bad coming into tonight. He's going to need a lot of luck to go his way, or he can just lock himself into the next round by getting a win. Then, to his outside, Christopher Bell, who the opposite of Kevin Harvick is the only driver right now locked into the next round. In row 5, Austin Cindric and Brad Keselowski. In row 6, Cole Custer and Ross Chastain. Row 7, A.J. Allmendinger. And then to his outside, Bubba Wallace, who got it done last weekend at Kansas. In row 8, Joey Logano making his 500th career start. And then William Byron in 16th. In row 9, Tyler Reddick, who's just 2 points to the good, even though he was leading last weekend at Kansas. But unluckily, he had a tire go down while leading and crashed out of that race. To his outside, Mikey McDowell. In row 10, Justin Haley and Chris Buescher. Row 11, Kyle Busch, who comes into tonight 2 points to the bad, but he's got to make up some ground here early on if he wants to move on to the next round. To his outside, Martin Truex Jr. In row 12, Chase Elliott with yet again another poor qualifying effort here to start off these playoffs. Luckily for him, he's 28 points to the good, so he's going to have to crash down again tonight or something for him to not advance to the next round. In row 13, Ty Gibbs and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Row 14, Harrison Burton, and then another playoff driver with difficulties in qualifying. Austin Dillon comes into the night 3 points to the bad. 28th is not going to get it done. And right behind him, Daniel Suarez. Now he's 6 points to the good, but that gap can be erased quickly, and it will be if he finishes 29th. Then to his outside, Todd Gilliland, rounding out your field, LaJoy, Ware, McLeod, Ty Dillon, Castle, and Yaley. And that's your starting grid for tonight. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Hopefully we can get our old leaderboard back up here in just a second, but the NASCAR website is not wanting to be compliant right now. But thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We got 100 people watching right now. I appreciate it. We got over 50 likes. Can we get up to 75? Can we get up to 75 before the green flag? We got over 100 people watching. I appreciate it. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. We're only 68 subscribers away from 2,600. Yeah, I'll try to see if there's any drivers going to the rear here to start off the night. Weren't any incidents in practice or qualifying, so I don't think anybody's going to have to go to the rear. Or, well, actually, I take that back. Kyle Busch spun, but I think he should be all right. Yeah, so no playoff drivers having to go to the rear to start off the night, so at least that's a good sign for those guys. Yeah, nobody going to the rear tonight. But yeah, heartbreak can still happen for these drivers. It's not just up to them, it's up to the teams. The pit crews have to execute on pit road all night, but also the parts and pieces on these race cars. We saw yesterday Landon Castle was eliminated from the playoffs because that car lost the brakes in the right front, and that took them out of the race and took them out of the playoffs. A really tough break for that team. I'm trying to get the live leaderboard to come up for you guys. I don't know why. I don't know. Occasionally the NASCAR website likes to be a bit annoying. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You know, this might work. This might work. And it looks like and I think that might kind of help us out there a little bit. Well, there at least you kind of have the telemetry on your leader there. That'll kind of work for now. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Over 100 people watching here. We're about to get that green flag. Looking at the poll for who do you guys think is going to get eliminated. 60% say Kyle Busch will move on, and then it's only about 10-15% each for Harvick, Dillon, and Briscoe. Yeah, once we get our old leaderboard, once it starts working again, we'll switch back over to that just because it allows us to see more data. Yeah, the drivers out there rolling on the first pace laps are about to get the green flag here pretty soon. Oh, boy. We got 110 people in here right now. I appreciate it. We got 56 likes. Let's get up to 70 likes. Who's going to get it done tonight, guys? My pick to win, Ryan Blaney. Then I think Hamlin and Kyle Larson will be some other guys in the mix. But tonight's race, a long 500 laps. Stage 1, Stage 2, 125 laps. Oh, boy. Final stage, 250 laps. The fuel window, 150 laps, so you can make it a whole stage. You can make it a whole stage on one tank of gas and have some change. So if you that's another thing we've seen all weekend long. Track position is key. It is not easy to make a lot of passes on this racetrack. Track position's key. We've seen a strategy played out a couple times this weekend where if you get a caution with maybe 30 to go in the stage, people will come down pit road, get tires and fuel, and then stay out at the end of the stage and just run it to the end of the next stage. Because track position is key. Yeah, I'm just getting some last-minute fuel before we go live for the long race tonight. Thanks to everybody watching. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. We got like 120 people watching right now. I appreciate it. We got 120 people watching. We only got 60 likes, guys. Come on, drop a like. It's a free way to help support the channel. I appreciate it. We'll have to see. How does Almirola do from the pole? Also, okay, so trying to get some extra data here. Man, dude, I don't know why. Just this NASCAR website is just so glitchy sometimes. It's so annoying. Well, anyways, regardless, we're going to be going racing here soon. Thanks to everybody tuning in. We're about to be going racing for the start of the Bass Pro Shops Bristol night race. Oh, boy. Okay. So, as they start the race, Harvick is 35 to the bad, Briscoe's 9 to the bad, Dillon 3 to the bad, Kyle Busch, yes, that's right, Kyle Busch is 2 points to the bad. He's trying to work himself out of a hole tonight, but the lights are out on the pace car. We're going to be going green here in just a moment. It's Eric Almirola and Chase Briscoe that lead us to green. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to some people that have just subscribed. What is that? Thomas Cross. Sorry, the adult guy. Max. Oh, they're sending off some fireworks. That's pretty cool. It's Briscoe on the inside, Almirola on the outside. The green flag is in the air for the Bass Pro Shops night race at Bristol. Almirola on the outside gets a good restart. He's going to try and slide down and block his teammate for the lead off of turn 2. He's out, clear to the lead. Now Briscoe and Hamlin are battling side by side for second place. Hamlin on the outside as they exit turn 4. That 11 car's got the run, the momentum on his side, and Hamlin's up to second place, but he's already looking for more. Hamlin trying to use that second groove to get a run on Almirola. It's not really going to work there off of turn 2. Meanwhile, Blaney's up to 4th, and Bell and Bowman are going at it for 5th. The advantage for Christopher Bell right now. That's already 2 laps complete around this half-mile short track. 15-second laps, guys. This race will fly by, but it's an intense and long night for these drivers inside those cockpits. Blaney trying to work his way by Chase Briscoe now as they work their way off of turn 4. The 12 car jumping to the outside of that 14. Oh boy, as they go down the back straightaway, the 12 with a slight jump. And it looks like, just maybe a slight tap there, but Rubbin's racing. Blaney up to third. Like I said, guys, Blaney was my pick to win tonight. He's already moving forward early. Keselowski, another driver that's moved up a couple spots. He's up to 6th. Harvick's lost a couple spots. He's back to 10th. But currently, as they run, Harvick 22 points to the bad. Dillon 9 points to the bad. Suarez 8 points to the bad. Kyle Busch 5 to the bad. Reddick 5 to the good. Cindric 13 to the good. Elliott 26 to the good. And Briscoe 27 to the good. Larson's getting by Brad Keselowski. He's up to 7th. But yeah, meanwhile, some playoff guys stuck back in the pack. Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, those guys are back in the beehive side by side. Suarez has dropped all the way back to 33rd. He's really struggling here early on. He's got to fight hard, though. You cannot go a lap down here in stage 1. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. And we're already working lap number 10. The lap's flying by. Almirola's gapped Denny Hamlin by about half a second, but Ryan Blaney has caught Denny Hamlin, and that 12 car's on the move here early. But yeah, back in the pack, you got Stenhouse, you got Eric Jones, Ty Gibbs. I was about to say Bubba Wallace. Anyways, Chase Elliott, other guys all battling side by side by side. It's just a traffic jam, and there's nowhere to go. But like I was saying, Ryan Blaney has caught Denny Hamlin, and the battle for second place is on. And that 12 car is on a run here early. But yeah, as they run, Reddick's the last driver in by 5 points over Kyle Busch. And Blaney kind of trying to get to the inside of the 11 into turn 1. He's going to get to the inside of Hamlin as they go down the back straightaway. Ryan Blaney looking for second place. Off of turn 4. Hamlin's going to check up just a bit, but he's got that corner exit speed on the high line. That's the thing, is that the low line is the place to be, but you can really defend very well with that high side because you get that big runoff corner exit, and that just makes it really hard for that guy on the inside to complete the pass. They've really got to earn it. Yeah, Almirola out to half-second lead here early, but already the guys in 20th, a lap behind these leaders. It will not be long before these guys are working lap traffic. But Kyle Busch has made up some spots here, and Tyler Reddick has lost a couple. Now the gap just 1 point in terms of the cut line. Kyle Busch 1 to the bad, Reddick 1 to the good. But it's Almirola, Hamlin, Blaney, your top 3, all separated by just a little over half a second. Then it's a bit ways back to Briscoe in 4th, Bell in 5th. And right now, Reddick and Kyle Busch currently tied for that final playoff spot, but Reddick's got the tiebreaker. Yeah, currently, though, Chase Elliott running all the way back in 24th, really struggling here early on. Suarez also struggling back in 31st. Dillon back in 30th. And those guys will be going a lap down here pretty soon if they're not careful. But Christopher Bell now trying to get by Chase Briscoe for 4th place. Bell, a driver that's kind of moving forward. He started in 8th. He's looking for 4th right now. But yeah, other playoff guys struggling. Chase Elliott back in 24th. Reddick's lost 6 spots since the start of this race. He's back to 23rd. Kyle Busch, where he started, in 21st. Then Logano back in 17th. Everybody else, though, kind of running up inside the top 15. But Almirola kind of just maintaining about a 4/10 to half a second lead over Denny Hamlin. But I feel like once they get into that lap traffic, I feel like that's when that 11 car will finally make his move. But the one thing for these leaders is that they are going to have to fight lap traffic hard, especially considering there are a lot of guys in the playoffs that are running pretty poorly here at the start, that these guys will be fighting to put a lap down here early on. And with there being no competition caution, there's no guaranteed caution here in stage 1, and it's 125 laps. So those guys running back in 30th, I mean, they are going to have to fight hard to stay on the lead lap. I mean, it's basically, it would be a miracle if those guys back in 30th right now stayed on the lead lap if this thing went green all the way to the end of the stage. Yeah, right now your top 10, though: Almirola, Hamlin, Blaney, Briscoe, Bell, Bowman, Larson, Keselowski, Chastain, and Kevin Harvick. Then Wallace, Byron, Cendric, Custer, and McDowell, your top 15. And Blaney kind of has caught back up to that bumper of the 11. He's going to make a move to the inside as they come off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. We saw him try this a couple laps ago. Maybe it'll work for him this time as they go into turn 3. As they come off of turn 4, the 12 with the slight advantage, but there's a lapped car ahead, and that's going to hurt the momentum for the 12. And Hamlin's going to be able to hold that spot for now. BJ McLeod and that 78 kind of checked up that 12. But Blaney's still trying to work over the 11 down the back straightaway. Yeah, meanwhile, Almirola already having to work that lap traffic. Put BJ McLeod a lap down. Now he's working Landon Castle and JJ Yaley. Thanks, Randy, for the subscription. I appreciate it. Hey, guys, we're already up to 2,541 subscribers. Only 59 away from 2,600. Let's get it. Subscribe if you haven't already. We got 140 people watching right now. I appreciate it. Yeah, now Kyle Busch, though, is making up some ground. Now he's back above that cut line. 1 point to the good currently. But Blaney has gotten by Hamlin for second place. Now he sets his eyes on Eric Almirola. While those guys are battling, that allowed the 10 car to get out to a little bit of a lead. Yeah, we're going to be keeping constant tabs on those drivers that are kind of running a little bit further back in the pack, those playoff guys. Austin Dillonson passed by Suarez, so now Dillon's back to 31st, but Suarez still back in 30th. Those guys are going to have to do a lot more than what they're doing right now if they want to advance. Meanwhile, Almirola now putting that 77 of Landon Castle a lap down. He's going to be trying to get by J.J. Yaley next, and it's only a couple seconds up the road to Dillon and then Suarez. And then not too far ahead of them is Chase Elliott in 23rd actually now. Reddick in 22nd, and then Kyle Busch in 20th. And yeah, already all the way up to about 17th. 17th is a half a lap down. Martin Truex Jr. with these lap times being about 15 seconds. Truex is 7.5 seconds off the lead. So we're only 25 laps in, or 30 laps in, and there are already guys that are way down. Or actually, we're 35 laps in already. Man, these laps really do fly by. We got 35 laps complete here already, and they're already lapping up to the tail end of the field. Yeah, thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We got 150 people watching. I appreciate it. Can we get up to 100 likes? Let's get up to 100 likes. Oh, boy, but we've got some great racing already going on, battling for the top spots. Almirola has led every lap so far, but now Blaney has moved his way up from, I believe, starting in like 6th place or 8th place. He's already up to 2nd. And we're under commercial break right now. But if you look at the leaderboard, Ryan Blaney has taken the lead from Eric Almirola. That's the first time Almirola has not led tonight. But Blaney to the lead. And it looks like Hamlin now has also gotten by Almirola. So that 10 car starting to fade just a bit. Now, I kind of knew that 12 and the 11 were faster than the 10, and the 10 was really just kind of keeping control with the clean air. And it may have been even lap traffic that kind of held up Almirola there, but I feel like now that you have Blaney in the lead, especially, Blaney is going to push the issue. He's going to see those playoff guys ahead of him, and he's going to be like, oh, I am going to use everything in my power to put you a lap down. And, yeah, right now he's trying to put Cody Ware a lap down, and it's just 2 more cars up the road. Austin Dillon and Daniel Suarez. Those guys are going to be hoping for a caution here soon to save them. You know, this lap traffic, it's kind of allowing the guys behind these leaders to kind of close back in. Now it's Almirola that's kind of getting reeled in by Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell. Oh, the 21 of Harrison Burton off the pace. Harrison Burton down on the 21's gotten into the wall, and the 15. Both of these guys having issues, and the caution is out. The caution is out. The 15 and the 21 have got a problem. I don't know if those are the same issues or what. Right front tires down on both the 21 and the 15. I don't know if that's related or what, or if they got into the wall. We'll have to see here, but that saves Austin Dillon and Daniel Suarez big time. Really interesting there. The right front's going down on the same lap for the 21 and the 15. And oh boy, I hope we don't have another race full of flat tires. The free pass, though, I believe is going to be Cody Ware here. So that put Cody Ware back on the lead lap, put 32 cars on the lead lap. Harrison Burton's going to lose a lap because of this issue. But it's still early on in the night. And I'm interested to see, does anybody decide to come down pit road here? If I'm Chase Elliott, if I'm Suarez or Dillon, one of the last guys on the lead lap, oh, I'm definitely coming down pit road right now. I am definitely coming down pit road right now. We had tough breaks early on here. Both J.J. Yeley and Harrison Burton blowing tires on the same lap. Oh boy, I hope we don't have another Coke 600 scenario. Hey guys, we're out to get over 2,000 views on the night, though. I appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We're up to 80 likes, guys. Only 17 away from 100 likes. Subscribe if you haven't already. We got 2,545 subscribers. I appreciate it. Only 55 away. Only 55 away from 2,600. Almost halfway there. And wow, everybody's coming down pit road here. Not everybody, but almost everyone. I'm really surprised by this. A lot of your leaders coming down pit road. And now, yeah, if I was one of those guys towards the rear of the field, oh, I would stay out now. I'd stay out. I mean, I am very surprised by this move. Track position has just been so valuable. And the other two races so far this weekend, you have not made a pit stop unless you've absolutely had to. You don't want to give up that track position just for free. I mean, now, basically, I think almost everybody inside the top 20 came. We'll have to see who stayed out. I think I saw Reddick and Suarez. Keselowski, Wallace, I think Buscher, Reddick, Suarez, LaJoy, and maybe one or two others stayed out there. So, and Hamlin's going to get the lead off of pit road, or well, not really the lead, but he'll be the first guy on fresh tires. Then Larson gains a spot. Truex gains 5 spots. But we'll have to see where that all cycles out. I'm pretty surprised, though, by that strategy call there for a couple guys. Really don't know why they came down pit road. Unless now that we saw those 2 tires go down and all of a sudden we're going to have, like I said, another Coke 600 situation where you can only go 50 laps on a set of tires. Oh, Lord, I hope that's not the case. And it looks like we might finally have that leaderboard up. Nope. Still, the NASCAR website's still giving us issues, so we'll have to keep using what Fox is willing to give us right now. That's pretty frustrating. But we'll make the most of it. We'll make the most of it regardless. How you guys doing in the chat right now? Scotty, you're rooting for Alex. 1 Mile Cup Series. J.J. Yeley, yep. Rebel Soul. Let's go Chastain. Yeah, right now that one car not doing the best early on, but we'll see. We'll see. Still early on in the night. And was running kind of back in 10th place the majority of that first run. So, okay, guys, it looks like the running order now, the guys that stayed out, didn't come down pit road, are Keselowski, Wallace, Buscher, Reddick, Suarez, and LaJoy. So 6 guys decided to stay out. Then the first guy on fresh tires is Hamlin in 7th, then Blaney, Almirola, Briscoe round out your top 10. Yeah, thanks to everybody though watching right now. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Almost up to 100 likes, only 11 away. Let's make it happen, ladies and gents. And now these guys all coming up to the choose cone. Somebody out there is stopped on the racetrack. I think that might be the 15, though, just letting everybody go by. So, yeah, we'll see here, though. So it's going to be Keselowski on the outside, Bubba Wallace on the inside. All these top 6 are on old tires, but it's Wallace and Reddick on the inside, then Keselowski and Buescher on the outside. We'll have to see, though, how do these old tires hang on? This is kind of maybe going to be a insight for later in the race if you're going to be willing to risk it to stay out on old tires, or old tires just not worth it compared to fresh tires. Green flag in the air. Keselowski with a good jump on the outside. He's already clear of Bubba Wallace as they go down the front straightaway. That inside line kind of stacks up a bit. Right now, Chris Buescher trying to take second from Bubba Wallace as they go through turns 3 and 4. And Suarez stacking up some guys behind him. Corey LaJoie is going to slide up into 5th place. And these guys just trying to negotiate these guys on old tires. Suarez going to get shoved up the racetrack just a bit. Might have kissed the wall down the back straightaway. Oh, man. But, yeah, right now I feel bad for Suarez. He's just going to be trying to hang on. All these guys are going to be coming on these fresh tires. It's going to be hard to touch them. Yeah, and right now Suarez kind of getting stuck out on the outside as Blaney and Briscoe going by down low. Yeah, that 99 just does not look comfortable at all right now. And there might be a 3-wide move here. Oh, Larson's going to back out of it. Kind of wise decision there. And Briscoe's trying to get by the 99 as they go down the back straightaway. I don't know, though. I'm kind of worried for this 99. If this thing goes green to the end of the stage, I mean, that car is, even though he's up inside the top 10 now due to this strategy call, he is going to fall like a rock as this run goes on. But still, Keselowski, Buescher, Wallace, Reddick, your top 4. The first guy on fresh tires, Almirola in 5th. So it seems like the old tires are hanging on okay so far. They're hanging on okay. Meanwhile, Kevin Harvick getting by Kyle Larson. That's for 12th place. That 4 car's basically got to win tonight or have a miracle happen. Either way. He's going to need a lot more pace than what he's got right now. Now LaJoie's been shuffled back to 9th place, and him and Suarez are going to be side by side here pretty soon. And that's going to be hard for these guys on fresh tires to negotiate. Going to be like a roadblock. We'll have to see. Briscoe still trying to get by Suarez right now. Cannot get by. Suarez just rolling the outside, using the momentum off corner exit to keep him in this fight. But now Harvick's approaching, and he's not going to be as patient as Briscoe is. I'll almost guarantee you that. Thanks to everybody watching right now, though. We got 150 people watching. We're almost to 100 likes. Let's get it. Subscribe if you haven't already. But Keselowski now up to almost a 2nd lead over Chris Buescher. But Tyler Reddick's trying to get by Bubba Wallace for 3rd at the front. Both of these guys are on older tires. And they got Almirola, Hamlin, Bell, and Blaney all coming behind him pretty quickly. But Reddick came into the race tonight, 2 points to the good. Dang, right now, though, some playoff guys that are struggling after the sets of pit stops. Austin Dillon running back in 23rd. I believe he's the lowest running playoff driver at the moment. Elliott back in 25th. So Elliott and Dillon and Cendric back in 26th or 22nd. Those 3 guys, Yeah, that's going to be tight to the end of the stage if this thing goes green. And now Hamlin trying to get by Tyler Reddick. Almirola under some pressure from Ryan Blaney right now. That 12 car trying to work the outside line. I feel like the 10 car really takes off fast on the short run, but as the run goes on, it starts to fade. And right now, Austin Dillon trying to find a way by Austin Cindric for 22nd, but, I mean, both of those guys are ways away from scoring stage points at the moment. Not running where they want to be. And even though Chase Elliott's running all the way back in 25th, because he had so many playoff points, and even though he DNF'd in the first race of the playoffs, it looks like he is basically locked into the next round regardless of where he finishes unless he DNFs, and some of these guys score some stage points. Yeah, right now, even though Elliott's running all the way back in 25th, he's still 16 points, 17 points to the good. I think the thing kind of helping him is so many playoff guys struggling right now. But now Suarez getting passed by Kyle Larson. He's been dropped back to 12th. Those old tires starting to lose some of their speed as they're getting tacked and falling further back into the pack. But already those last guys on the lead lap, about 3/4 of a lap down. Yeah, I'd say, I think Dillon and Cindric right now are pretty safe from going a lap down, but Elliott not as safe, about 10 seconds off the leaders already. But honestly, right now, those guys on old tires inside the top 3 doing a good job at hanging on to their track position. But I feel like once they get to lap traffic, that's when those fresh tires will really take over. Almirola trying to get by Tyler Reddick, though, right now for 5th place. Apparently, Eric Almirola dealing with some power steering issues right now. That's not a good sign for him. Kevin Harvick also reporting some issues. Reddick, though, right now doing a good job of holding off these guys on fresher tires. Blaney looking to the inside of Almirola, though, this time in 1 and 2. And he's going to make that pass happen. Blaney's up to 6th place. Yeah, right now, Denny Hamlin still that first guy on fresh tires in 4th place. Thanks to everybody watching, though. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're only 3 likes away from 100. Let's get it. 2 subscribers away from 2550. Let's get it, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Oh, my. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We're back. 1 subscriber away from 2550, and there we go, 2550, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who subscribed. Well, we already got up to, how many subscribers do we got already right now tonight? Already got 25 subscribers tonight. Oh, well, and there we go. We just lost somebody. Appreciate it. Yeah, right now. Sorry, guys, we're having to work with this other leaderboard tonight. I know it's not as, quote, high-tech as the one we usually got, but the NASCAR website's down, so yeah, that's just frustration for me, honestly. Because it also gives me more data and more data that I can input and tell you guys about. But we're working with what we got Right now, your top 3 out on older tires doing the best they can. Keselowski, Buescher, Wallace. Oh, caution. The 2 car now has got a flat tire. Austin Cindric. That's our 3rd flat right front. I mean, what is going on? This is actually, that is not good. That's our 3rd flat tire tonight. And all 3 of them have been Fords. So I don't know if this is a Ford problem or what. We'll have to see, though. What we saw last time was it brought out a caution. This time, though, it's not bringing out a caution. Austin Cindric able to get out of the way and get to pit road. This is a major setback for Austin Cindric. Oh, this is going to be really hard for him to recover from. They're replacing all 4 tires on that car. We'll have to see if does anybody else have any tire issues. Because what we saw last time is when we had one go down, we had another soon. Yeah, he was running right in front of Corey LaJoie, and as he goes into turn 1, it just goes flat right in the middle of the turn. Luckily, he was running up by the wall, so it wasn't as hard of an impact as if he was running down low. Yeah, it's a really tough break for Austin Cindric, but he has lost 4 laps because of that. 4 laps. Oh, man, that is going to be a very hard thing for him to overcome. But he is right behind these leaders, so he's got fresh tires. So he probably can unlap himself and get at least 1 lap back here pretty quickly. And right now, Brad Keselowski trying to put Cole Custer a lap down. Cole Custer right now the last guy on the lead lap. Oh, boy. We've already had, we're only 90 laps in, and we've already had 3 tire failures. This could really spell some despair going on forward to the night. Ryan Blaney with a flat tire now. The Fords are collapsing in another. Dude, what the heck, NASCAR? Oh, okay, Almirola spun. Okay, never mind. I take that back. I was like, another tire failure. 2 tire failures for Fords. Now that is Blaney and Almirola both with tire failures. Or I think Blaney had a tire failure and came up the track and took out the 10. We'll see though. This is bad, guys. This is bad. This is bad. We had 2 flat tires. We had 2 flat tires on that first run. Harrison Burton and J.J. Yeley, both Fords, and now most recently we've had 2 more flat tires. Yeah, we've had the 12 and now the 2 of, oh my gosh, Austin Cindric and Blaney both now with tire issues, and I think Blaney might have had a broken toe or something. And Almirola spins and gets some pretty decent contact with the wall trying to avoid the 12. Oh, now Blaney's lost a wheel on pit road. And now they lost a left rear, and now he's going to have to try and get it back into that pit stall. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is terrible all over for Ford. How many laps has the 12 car lost already? He's already lost, I believe, 2 laps. Oh, my goodness. I don't even know what's going on right now. We'll have to see if we have another 40-lap run to see if there's any more flat tires on these Fords. But, oh, goodness, if I'm a Ford right now, I am terrified. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. And you know what? I just saw a good comment. You know what? This is why we need to bring back practice. If we had practice, we would find these problems in practice, not in the race. Oh, boy. Now, a lot of guys coming down pit road here, and they might be sacrificing their position right now, but They probably are not going to pit at the end of the stage, so they'll cycle to the lead. Yes, Broncos country. Brad is leading. It is kind of on strategy, though. But here's the only thing, though. Here's the only thing is even though those Fords had tires go down on about 40 laps into the run, you have Buescher and Keselowski that have gone 80 laps and are just now making their first pit stop, and they didn't have any tire issues. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the RFK cars are doing a different air pressure than the other Ford cars. I mean, all the ones we've seen have issues so far tonight are Penske cars. Oh, man. This is not the stuff you want to see, guys. But make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Got 140 people watching. I appreciate it. Yeah, so far that's the big storyline. Tire failures for the 2, the 21, the 15, and now the 12. And it's basically taken all these guys out of contention tonight. I mean, they're still going to be able to keep racing, but they're all a couple laps down. I mean, not that severe of damage, but I mean, oh my goodness. Goodyear, how have you done this? This tire is, I mean, I don't know if it's the tire or the teams yet, but oh, Lord. Right now, where's Austin Cindric? Cindric couldn't even get his lap back because of that one of those laps back because of that caution coming out so quickly. Cindric's 36, 4 laps down. Blaney is in 32nd, 2 laps down. Just, oh, my goodness. I cannot believe this is going on right now. All these guys might be eliminated from the playoffs because of something honestly totally out of their power. Oh, boy. So right now, Blaney apparently has a bent toe link. So Blaney's got a bent toe link on that 12 car, and they're just hoping he can make minimum speed somehow because they don't have enough time to probably repair it with the damaged vehicle policy. Hey, Kevin, I appreciate it. Hey, guys, we're only 48 subscribers away from 2,600. Let's get it. We've already got 20 new subscribers tonight. I appreciate it. Odd over 100 likes already. Oh. And, oh, boy, Logano has to come down pit road a second time because they didn't get all the lug nuts tight on that 22 car. Oh, boy, luckily they didn't have a wheel come off. But right now, Penske is imploding. Blaney has a flat tire. Cindric has a flat tire. Burton has a flat tire. Logano, a loose wheel on pit road. I mean, oh, my goodness, what is going on? Right now, Hamlin's in 17th. He's the first guy on fresh tires. And at the front, you still have Keselowski and Reddick, who have not made a pit stop yet tonight at all. And then you have Bell, Briscoe, Larson, Kyle Busch, Bowman, Byron, Truex, and McDowell, your top 10. Those guys have all made a somewhat recent pit stop. And then most recently, you've had Hamlin, Buescher, Wallace, and Harvick come down pit road, but they're back in 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. But it's going to be Keselowski on the outside, Reddick on the inside. Then Bell and Larson make up row 2. Green flag back in the air. A good restart for Keselowski on the outside, but then Bell kind of spins the tires behind him. Keselowski able to clear, though, for the lead as they go off of turn 2. And now here comes Bell powering back on the outside, but they're 3 wide down the back straightaway. Kyle Busch, high, wide, and handsome, making it 3 wide. He's going to shoot all the way up to third. And, oh, man, that really hurt Kyle Larson. Kyle Busch is come alive here at Bristol, and here he is shooting up to third place with 25 to go in the stage. He needed to score stage points tonight if he wanted to make a run at it, and he's putting himself in position to do it right now. Also another playoff driver who needed to get stage point, Briscoe, and behind them, Tyler Reddick. Those guys needed to get stage points tonight, and here they are running inside the top 10. But yeah, right now with Austin Cindric running in last place 4 laps down, he is basically eliminated unless a miracle happens. He's 37 to the bad. Yeah, I know that's the thing. One thing I've been talking about, guys, is we've had these Ford tire issues, but I think it might be more so a Penske car problem, or maybe just certain people are having these issues because Keselowski is a Ford, and he has ran the entire race so far without pitting, and he hasn't had any tire issues. That 8 car, though, is snapping, and the 12 is having sparks come out of that car. I don't know what that is. They have the bent toe link, so they're just trying to repair that 12, but oh, boy. He's just trying to make minimum speed right now in that 12 car. Yeah, and the 12 already about to go a lap down. I mean, this is just, I can't even believe this is happening right now. And now Larson working his way by this wounded 12 car. Blaney right now on the track sparking because the suspension is broken. It is just bouncing up and down. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a black flag here soon. I mean, he is barely maybe making minimum speed. He's probably doing like 19 seconds a lap right now. He's just going all the way up to the wall to get out of the way. But I think he's going to get run over by somebody here pretty quick. Keselowski still leading. And oh, Jones this time is the driver that almost runs over Blaney. That was tight. Oh, boy. But yeah, the toe link is bent in that 12 car, but they're just trying to make it to the end of the stage, which is 17 laps away, and then they'll come down pit road and try and repair that car. It does sound like Blaney has made minimum speed, though. But Keselowski leads by only about 0.3 of a second over Christopher Bell. Bell has fresher tires than Keselowski. And then Kyle Busch third, Briscoe and Larson round out your top 5. The thing is, though, for Ryan Blaney is he is 16 points to the good. He is the driver on the cut line, but he can only give up a couple more spots right now, so he's still somewhat comfortable, I feel like. And now Blaney's going to be forced to come down pit road. And yeah, now Blaney's going to have to come down pit road under green, and they're going to have to try and fix this issue. And now he is basically going to be out of contention. He's going to be at the mercy of the other playoff drivers. It's going to be up to them to perform because he is not going to be able to, get that car back out on track or be able to run a good pace at least. Well, actually, they didn't even try to repair it. They just came down and made an adjustment to the car to maybe try and make things a little bit better and help them get to the end of the stage. Now it's only 12 to go. The lap's winding down, already about halfway there. Meanwhile, Kyle Larson attacking Chase Briscoe for that 4th spot on the racetrack. Ten laps to go here in stage 1. Keselowski still leads by about half a second over Christopher Bell. Then Kyle Busch, Briscoe, Larson, your top 5. And then in terms of stage points, rounding out your top 10, it's Bowman, Reddick, Byron, Truex, and McDowell holds on to that 10th spot. Behind him is Chris Buescher. Or actually, Chris Buescher now just got by McDowell. Then you have Chase Elliott in 13th, who can maybe get some stage points here. Yeah, the 12 car is even slower now. He's up towards the wall. Something is broke big time. There's some smoke coming out in the end. He is in a big danger spot right now. I mean, he's just trying to get out of the group. He's trying to find a way to get down to the track and get out of the way. And now Larson is trying to get by Briscoe. Still just can't quite complete the pass. It's just so hard to pass right now tonight. And now Blaney. Oh! Okay, it looks like he's going to be able to get it to pit road. But, I mean, the left front is basically off the ground on that 12 car. I mean, oh, man, he is. That thing. And now there's a flat left rear. I mean, that 12 car is just done. And right now, Blaney they just got to try and, they're going to have to overhaul that entire right rear in terms of suspension and just hope some other guys crash out of this race and pick up points like that. But Blaney is currently running in last place. Like, he cannot lose any more points, but he's still 16 points to the good. So he's in a somewhat safe position. Keselowski, though, trying to hold off Christopher Bell to win this stage. 3 laps to go here. Bell has caught that 6 car. Not really any lap traffic ahead of these leaders that'll play a role. Kyle Busch back in 3rd place, in position to get quite a few stage points. That'll be big for him. Briscoe in position to get some stage points. Then Bowman, Reddick, Byron, the other playoff guys, Larson, those guys all in the top 10. White flag in the air here in stage 1. Keselowski still leads over Christopher Bell as they go through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Bell's going to be too far back, and Brad Keselowski will win stage 1 at Bristol. Bell comes home 2nd, and then Briscoe just beats Larson at the line. Bowman 6th, then Buescher, Reddick, and Buescher, Reddick, Byron, and Truex, your top 10. Meanwhile, though, Blaney and Cendric, 2 playoff drivers with big issues tonight. You know, my pick to win tonight was Ryan Blaney, but his Bristol curse continues. This is probably the 4th or 5th time Blaney's had a fast car at Bristol, and something has gone wrong out of his control that has taken him out of contention. We're going to put up a new poll in the chat for who wins at Bristol, or for who advances at Bristol. We'll say, I'm trying to debate, we'll say Harvick, we'll say Cendric, Blaney, or Dylan. No, we're going to say Suarez, actually, instead of Cendric. I feel like Cendric is actually, I think Cendric is out of this race. It's guaranteed, basically. Unless a lot of other playoff guys crash out, he is guaranteed out of this race. I mean, that is really tough, though. Austin Cendric out, but hey, that is one playoff pick correct. That is one playoff pick correct. Oh, we just lost 17 subscribers not too long ago. I have no idea why that happened. But hey, guys, make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate everybody tuning in so far tonight. Yeah, right now, we'll go through a running order here in just a second. But now it looks like a lot of guys will come down pit road. Who's going to stay out? Chris Buescher will stay out. Harvick, Hamlin, and then, all those guys that pitted under the most recent caution will stay out. I mean, I don't even know what's going on right now. I can't keep track of all the chaos that is unfolded. Yeah, right now, can the leaderboard finally work? No, it will not. Thank you, NASCAR, for having a crappy website and your leaderboard not working and making us have to use Foxes. But it's whatever. Typical NASCAR things. Daniel Lear will chase Briscoe advance. Right now, he's in a pretty solid position to do so. He just picked up quite a few stage points. I think Briscoe is going to advance to the next round. Yeah, Briscoe actually takes the lead on pit road. Larson moves up to second. And then Logano takes 2 tires and jumps all the way up to third. Yeah, right now, Harvick, the majority of you guys think Harvick will advance, but he's got to win. And he did just stay out under the last caution, so maybe that strategy will help him. But yeah, Harvick's got to win tonight. Unless you were to win stage 2 and finish second in the race, but... Hey guys, we're up to 2,536 subscribers. I appreciate it. Let's get up to 2,550. Let's get up to 2,550. Only 14 away. That 12 car of Ryan Blaney still on pit road. They're trying their best to repair it, but right now he's already 18 laps down. He's basically going to be at the mercy of his competitors. He's going to have to hope that other guys crash out, other people have misfortunes. Same thing with Austin Cindric, who's in 35th, 4 laps down. But luckily for some playoff guys that have been struggling tonight, like Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Austin Dillon, we have not had a long green flag run, so they have not gone a lap down. Still 31 cars on the lead lap here at the end of stage 1, which is very abnormal for Bristol. I mean, that long run's going to come. It's just a matter of when. It's just going to be difficult for some of these guys to try and stay on the lead lap when it does happen. But now your running orders, Buscher, Harvick now in second. We'll have to see what he can do with that track position. But then Hamlin, Wallace, Chastain, Suarez, Custer, Haley, Gilliland, Dillon, your top 10. Now, a lot of those guys are there on strategy. Then you have the first people on fresh tires, Briscoe, Larson, Logano, Busch, Bowman, your top 15. Yeah, in stage 1, the storyline, flat tires for Ford, and more specifically Penske. On that first caution, 40 laps into the race, Burton and Yaley blow tires on the same lap. And then about 50 laps later in the next run, flat tire for Ryan Blaney and Austin Cindric. That takes both of those guys basically out of the race. I mean, tough breaks for both of those two drivers. Now I'm just interested to see here in stage 2, once we get 40 laps into the run, do we see somebody have a flat tire? Drink that water, man. Scotty, you're rooting for Alex Bowman. Well, right now, as they run, the playoff picture is this. Your playoff picture is Austin Cindric is 22 points to the bad, but he can't do anything. He's all the way back in 35th, 4 laps down. He's going to need a lot of other guys to crash out or have issues for him to advance. Then Harvick is in second place, but he is 15 points behind the cut line still, so he's basically in a must-win. Austin Dillon is 11 points behind the cut line, so he can still make up that ground. Reddick, 4 points to the bad. Briscoe, 4 to the good. Then Kyle Busch, 9 to the good. Blaney, 15 to the good. And Suarez, 20 to the good. Bowman, 35 to the good. But the green flag back down in the air. A good restart for Chris Buescher on the outside. He's going to be able to take that lead. Harvick in second. Hamlin up the racetrack kind of there in turn 1, but he's going to be able to corral it. Chastain to the inside of Hamlin. Those guys have a history. They're battling for third right now. Back in the pack. Ooh, 3 wide. Briscoe trying to poke his nose in there. Briscoe knows he's got to make up some ground in a hurry. Trying to get by Todd Gilliland and some others. That Todd Gilliland, Ty Dillon, those are the first guys on old tires. They're going to be really struggling to hold off these guys on freshies right now. Oh, another 3 wide scenario there for an incident. Oh, man. A lot of taking and not a lot of giving right now. But Buescher off to a good restart now. He's up to about a half a second lead over Kevin Harvick. Yeah, guys, we're only a quarter of the way into this race. I feel like these guys got to settle down just a bit. But you know what? It's Bristol, baby. The energy is always to the max. We got 2 guys on old tires right now, side by side. Ty Dillon and Todd Gilliland. Bowman and Larson trying to find a way by. And the caution's out. Caution's out. Oh, Harrison Burton around on the back straightaway. Or that's the front stretch, and another right front down on the 21. Our 5th right front flat on a Ford. Man, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Just looking to check one leaderboard here real quick. Yeah, Chris Buescher leader right now, and right now the RFK cars, I think, have led the most laps tonight. That might be the first time this season RFK really kind of showing up here. Yeah, the NASCAR leaderboard's still down, guys. That is really frustrating, but you know, we're making the most of it. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Got 145 people watching. We got 115 likes. I appreciate it. And right now, if we look at the poll in the chat, 40% say Harvick advances, 20% say Suarez, 20% say Blaney, and 15% say Dillon. So everybody's getting a little bit of representation from you guys. But yeah, right now, the only driver that I'd say is rule eliminated is Austin Cindric. But it looks like, where is the 2 car right now? Oh, never mind. Looking at the wrong leaderboard. Yeah, Cindric's still back in 35th, but there are a couple spots that he can still make up, probably from these Rick Ware Racing Inspire cars and Live Fast, so maybe a couple more points on the table. But I mean, it's basically hopeless for him. And then, you know, you have other playoff guys kind of struggling right now. Dillon has been outside the top 20 almost all night. Same with Reddick and Elliott. Luckily, though, for Elliott, though, he's established quite a few playoff points over the regular season, beating the regular season champion, that he can kind of afford this, at least in the first round. But then you have Tyler Reddick in 21st, who is still below that cut line. I mean, I said, what were even my picks at the beginning of the night? I was Harvick, Dillon, it was Harvick, Dillon, Reddick, and was it Austin Cindric? Who was the other driver? I think it was Austin Cindric. Yeah, I think it was Harvick, oh man, now I can't remember. I know it was Harvick, the 2 RCR cars, and then it was Daniel Suarez. And I think right now that's accurate. So, and hey, my original picks before the playoffs began were Austin Cindric, Bowman, Suarez, and Briscoe to get eliminated. Well, I got one right so far. Could be better. Thanks to everybody watching though so far, guys. Almost 4,000 viewers on the night. I appreciate it. And you know what? Actually, with that being 4,000 views, we have moved up into, I believe, we're up into the top 15 streams of all time. Top 15 streams of all time on this channel. Actually, we are up into, I believe, 11th place. 11th place right now. Yeah, we're up into, or sorry guys, this thing's just kind of glitching out for me. Yeah, up into 11th place. So, hey, you know, we're not even to the halfway point yet. We might be able to move up into the top 5 before all is said and done. So thanks to everybody tuning in, making that happen. We'll be live again next weekend at the beginning of round numero dos for Texas. No, Scotty, next weekend is Texas, and then after it, it's Talladega. So don't get ahead of yourself. I know everybody's excited for Dega, but we're not quite there yet. Then after Dega, of course, the next cutoff race, the Roval. Oh, so it doesn't look like this one was from a tire failure. That one was from contact, so that's been on the 21, not actually a tire's fault that time at least. I was Almirola getting into the bumper of the 2, who got into the bumper of the 21. That's just typical short track racing, though, right there. Yeah, now we're going to get another restart here, and it'll be interesting to see. Buescher on the outside, Harvick on the inside. Then Hamlin and Wallace make up row number 2. The first guy on fresh tires is Logano back in 8th. Then Briscoe in 10th, but green flag back in the air. Good restart for that outside line. Inside line just does not get going as good as the outside. That's just how it is here at Bristol. And they're 3 wide there for a second for 3rd place. Hamlin kind of speeds out of that battle. But once again, Buscher with a good restart. He's clear for the lead. Harvick second, Hamlin third, Wallace fourth, and then Custer and Chastain side by side for fifth place. Haley's in seventh, Suarez back in eighth, then Logano and Briscoe round out your top 10. Custer trying to get by Bubba down low. Battle for fourth place is on. And it looks like Custer might be able to pull off that pass. I mean, those Stewart-Haas Fords have speed tonight. Almirola started on pole, and now Harvick's in second, and Custer's looking for fourth. But the groove has definitely kind of widened out as the night has gone on. It kind of started around the bottom, but now it's definitely you can run down low or you can run up top. And Blaney's still on pit road, though, trying to repair that 12 car just to get it back out there. They're hoping some guys crash out and they can pick up some points that way. But right now, Blaney's still 16 points to the good, so he's feeling pretty comfortable. Right now, the live playoff cut line. It's Cendric, 24 to the bad. Harvick, 17 to the bad. Dillon, 16 to the bad. Reddick, 7 to the bad. Briscoe, or now Reddick, 9 to the bad. Briscoe, 9 to the good. Kyle Busch, 12 to the good. Blaney, 16 to the good. And Suarez, 17 to the good. And now Briscoe trying to get by Logano for 9th place. Custer trying to get by Bubba Wallace, but he's not going to be able to. And Bubba's going to get up to 4th place. Chastain now attacking Custer. Still the field really bunched together here, only a couple laps in after this restart. Custer's going to slot in behind Chastain in 6th place. Now Bowman trying to get by Logano for 10th place. Chastain trying to find a way by Bubba Wallace now. But yeah, right now the groove is really starting to move up the racetrack. Your leader is still running down low along that bottom line on the apron, but everybody else seems to be starting to freight train the top. And it is really interesting to see this weekend how the groove has evolved. For the truck race, everybody wanted to be down low, but now for the cup race, it's the place to be is right up against that wall. Yeah, Ross Chastain. Ooh, little sparks coming out from underneath that car. But Chastain trying to use that high line to get to the outside of the 45. These guys starting to settle in for maybe a long run here, but I'm still interested to see, once we get to about that lap 40 in the run, are we going to see another flat tire? That's been the trend so far tonight. Oh, boy. Ugh. Hey, guys, we're up to 120 likes. I appreciate it. And now Wallace kind of driving away from Ross Chastain. But at the front, it's Chris Buescher's gapped Kevin Harvick by over a second right now. That 17 car driving away. And those RFK cars, I mean, they came to play tonight. Ford looking really strong as a group tonight besides the flat tire issues. Stewart-Haas and RFK both having pace. The Penske cars did have pace until their tire issues. Bowman trying to get by Logano still for 10th place. Kyle Busch entering this battle. Hold on one second, guys. Now Bowman, I think, is going to be able to clear Logano there off at turn 2, and he'll finally complete that pass, but now he's just got to start working on Daniel Suarez. And further back behind them, Larson and Kyle Busch battling for, what is that, 12th place? Yes, 12th place on the racetrack. Behind them, though, Chase Elliott, who's been moving forward since the restart. Man, the laps just continuing to tick down here. 40 laps complete here in stage 2. You know, it feels so weird now when they turn the camera on Truex and, like, he just doesn't have the yellow playoff banner. Like, he's not in the playoffs like everybody else. It just doesn't feel right. Now Larson trying to get by Joey Logano. Logano took 2 tires under the last caution. A lot of guys he's battling took 4. Now tire wear isn't a big deal tonight, but it has just been so hard to make a pass. That is like the only common factor in tonight's race. It is just hard to pass. At the front, though, Buescher's lead starting to shrink a little bit over Kevin Harvick, but I think part of that's probably Chris Buescher starting to catch some lap traffic. He's having to move his line to work around these guys. Yeah, any guys that are struggling in the playoffs right now, yeah, Austin Dillon back in 28th. He's at risk of going a lap down if we have a long green flag run. Tyler Reddick as well back in 23rd. Yeah, right now, though, Briscoe, the last driver in by 13 points over Tyler Reddick. Oh, Suarez really kind of snapped loose there. Kyle Busch trying to get to the inside of the 99. Also, Kyle Busch and Larson got by Logano, so Logano's starting to slip back a little bit. He's back to 13th. And Suarez right now, 15 points to the good. But he's going to lose one of those points. He's going to drop now to 13 to the good as Kyle Busch and Larson are working their way by him. And I think Suarez, even though he looks like he's pretty far above the cut line right now, I think he's far from being safe. He gives a big shot there to the 18 at Kyle Busch. And now it's Suarez, the driver, just above the cut line. 12 points to the good as he's starting to fade back. Yeah, I think this race is really going to come down to Tyler Reddick versus Daniel Suarez for that last playoff position. Everybody else seems to be running pretty solid. I mean, Chase Briscoe is up only in 8th place, so, I mean, I wouldn't say still totally safe. He's in 8th, 13 points to the good, so he only has to lose 13 spots, but and meanwhile, Harvick trying to work his way by Chris Buescher as now they have caught that lap traffic and they're having to adjust their lines. Excuse me, guys. Just had to sneeze there. Just came up. Oh! 45's got smoke coming out the right front, and that does not seem to be a tire. That looks mechanical, and he's going to be having to get off the racetrack here soon. Yeah, he's got an issue there inside the right front tire. Yeah, he's coming to pit road. Bubba Wallace with an issue in the right front. Smoke pouring out. I don't know what's going on in that 45. That looks like it could be terminal. Yeah, this tire, this thing is dumb for Bubba Wallace. I mean, he has got a ton. There's something majorly broken in the brakes on the right front. There's just fluid everywhere, and they're gonna maybe try and put it back out on the track. But I mean, there's just no point. He is done. I don't know what that even is. I mean, that tire that came off the car is just dripping with fluid. And yeah, just like that, Bubba Wallace won last weekend, but it doesn't look like he's going to get anywhere near the same result as mechanical issues are going to take him out of this race early. But hey, that's a spot for Austin Cindric and another spot for Ryan Blaney if he can get back in this race. But Kevin Harvick still trying to reel in Chris Buescher. Ugh. And Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. The Kyle and Kyle show still going at it for 9th place. These guys have been going back and forth for quite a while now. And Daniel Suarez really starting to get shuffled back on the old tires. He's back to 14th. And your leaders are going to be putting Austin Dillon a lap down here soon. Also, Ty Gibbs now having an issue. What? Is 23XI now having double mechanical issues within like 5 laps of each other? Yeah, it doesn't look like they're all the tires are up on the 23. Oh my goodness, guys, this race. I mean, just teams are going down. It's not really manufacturers. It's like teams. The Penske cars all having tires go down, and now it's like all the 23XI cars are having brake issues. I mean, what in the world? This just seems so wild. Now, I know it's the 23XI cars, but maybe it's the Toyotas that might all be having issues here soon. I mean, the chaos just is, just ensuing right now. But hey, the one driver that's liking this is Austin Cindric. He's picking back up a couple spots at least. Oh, and Blaney is back on the race. Or no, he's going to the garage. And I think that means that Blaney's going to be done for the night. Yeah, or well, I don't know. They've taken it behind the walls, so they might keep working. Yeah, it looks like they're going to keep working on it. I take that back. But it looks like they might be able to get that 12 car back out there soon. And with both the 23XI cars out of this race, that's 2 more spots he can gain if they can get him back out there. But right now, if I'm Ryan Blaney, I'm still not very worried. Unless we were to get a new winner, I feel like there's really not too much to worry about. Hey, whoa, really tight right now for the lead. Chris Buescher getting boxed in by the lapped car of Eric Jones. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead there for a second. Eric Jones and Chris Buescher and Kevin Harvick going at it. Denny Hamlin now entering this battle. Oh, boy. Chris Buescher boxed in by the 43 of Eric Jones. And now he's going to finally be able to get to the inside of the 43. Woo! This is some tight racing at the front amongst these top 3 right now. Also, Larson finally got by Kyle Busch for that 9th spot. Bell's also gotten by the 18. So that drops him out of the stage points. That hurts him just a bit. And he is 15 points to the good. But as Suarez continues to fade, now he's only 10 points to the good. Yeah, as they run, Cindric 23 to the bad. Dillon 18 to the bad. Harvick 18 to the bad. Reddick 10 to the bad. Suarez 10 to the good. Kyle Busch 15 to the good. Briscoe 17 to the good. Blaney 18 to the good. Yeah, now that's going to put Jones and Dillon a lap down. And the next car for these leaders to put a lap down is Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon's going to have to try and fight and stay on the lead lap here. And also not too far up the road is his teammate Tyler Reddick. Then the next playoff driver ahead of them would be Logano, but he's all the way up in 18th, so a little bit more room for him than Byron in 16th. And the 21 with like another tire failure. And another caution, and Eric Jones is around. Eric Jones is around. Dude, this is so stupid. We can't get even a long green flag run for the life of us. These tires that Goodyear brought, I mean, what the heck, man? Now, I don't know if Jones has got, now he's slow on the track, so maybe Jones has got something broke. But yeah, yeah, the 43 just runs over his teammate and spins around. Yeah, that 43, he's all good. He's all good. But the 42, or not the 42, the 21 getting in the wall once again. Another tire failure. That's the 3rd caution of the night involving the 21. I don't know how many you get until you're parked, but I mean, they might just want to take that car out of this race at this rate. I mean, he's going to bring out a car. He's bringing out a caution every 50 laps. And did Eric Jones Eric Jones spun, and maybe he had like a money shift or something. I think Eric might be done. Or he stalled it. I don't know. Maybe he screwed up the transmission there, spinning that thing in reverse. There we go. Okay, now Ty Gibbs, with him having a power steering issue, they got Ty Gibbs, you got the 12, you got 2 cars up on jacks in the garage. They're just trying to repair those things. Oh my goodness. What in the world's going on? Man, the chaos just is not settling down for even a moment right now. Ty Dillon, though, will be the free pass, but that caution saves the RCR cars. Reddick and Austin Dillon were the two cars that were next to go a lap down if we were going to stay under that green flag. And now quite a few guys coming down pit road, but a couple staying out here. Next, everybody watching right now, though, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. 125 people watching, almost 125 likes. I appreciate it. Up to 2,540 subscribers. Let's get it to 2,550. Just 10 away. Just 10 away. And hey, guys, this stream has moved up into the 10th biggest stream of the season, guys. 10th biggest stream of the season. Or actually, no, I take that back. It's up to the 9th biggest stream of the season. 9th biggest stream of the season. I appreciate it, guys. Kyle Busch wins the race off of pit road, passes Bell, but that's not the race for the lead. A couple guys did stay out. We'll get your updated running order for you here in just a second. Richard, I appreciate your subscription. Thanks for joining the community. But yeah, the drama just continues tonight. Now both the 45 and the 23 behind the wall with mechanical issues. The flat tires just continue to go on. Harrison Burton's had like 3 flat tires tonight. But yeah, now only 24 cars on, or 25 cars still on the lead lap. And right now we are at lap 200, so 50 laps to go here in stage 2. And so your updated running order is Buescher, Harvick, Hamlin, Chastain, Custer, Briscoe, Haley, Larson, Bowman, Allmendinger, your top 10. And then the first guys on fresh tires are Kyle, Busch, Bell, and Elliott in 11th, 12th, and 13th. We'll have to see if they can slice through this field. But honestly, right now, RFK looking to sweep the stages. Keselowski won stage 1. Buescher in position to win stage 2. I mean, a great job by RFK tonight. But yeah, right now, your playoff board is going to be pretty dramatic coming to the end of the stage. A lot of guys vying for stage points. Kyle Busch restarting in 11th with those fresh tires. He came into tonight 2 points below the cut line. He could definitely pick up some big stage points here in stage 2. But then also Briscoe up in 6th place. He needs stage points. Harvick in 2nd. And then Suarez back in 15th. He could even maybe get some stage points if everything falls his way. Right now, that 99 car of Suarez has not had much pace tonight, but they've done a great job in terms of strategy to kind of keep him in the mix. Like right now, if Suarez advances to the next round, it's all due to that crew chief. And now Truex is behind the wall and out of this race. Another Toyota. And now the 19 is out of this race. Another Toyota issue. I mean, I don't even know anymore, guys. That's like the 5th car behind the wall with the mechanical issue right now. And hey, that's another spot, though, for Austin Cindric. And another spot for Blaney if he can get back in this race. So maybe Cindric might be not, he may still have a shot at making the playoffs just yet. He's still going to need a lot of things to fall his way, but. Hey, now Truex getting at NASCAR for crappy parts. Oh, Bubba Wallace actually getting back out on the racetrack, so looks like they're able to repair whatever issue they had, at least temporarily. Paul, I appreciate you. Appreciate you subscribing. Appreciate you subscribing. That kind of sounded weird. I don't know, but I appreciate it. That's the point. But yeah, that's our third Toyota Powerline issue. Now, if I'm Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Bell, I'm getting kind of worried. That's half of the Toyotas with issues so far tonight. Now Alex Bowman with power steering issues reportedly. Oh my goodness. This is just insane, guys. 45 laps to go. When we get the green flag, Buescher on the outside, Harvick on the inside. You got fresh tires back in row 6. Who's going to get it done in stage 2? Good restart for Buescher on the outside, but also good restart for the inside line this time. Harvick holding his own down low. Cole Custer behind him, but it's not going to be enough off of turn 2. Buescher back to the lead. Hamlin trying to get by Harvick for second. He's going to slide down to the inside in turns 3 and 4, but he's not going to have a big enough of a run down the front straightaway here. Larson to the outside of Justin Haley for 7th place. Kyle Busch following behind him, but he's on fresh tires. And then Briscoe with a bit of a moment down the back straightaway. That's going to allow Larson to have a run on him as they go into turns 3 and 4. What's Larson going to do with it? Not going to have an opportunity for him there. Oh boy, Kyle Busch really riding the bumper of that 5 car right now. Now, meanwhile, Briscoe trying to get by Ross Chastain for 5th place. He's trying to get that stage point. Yeah, Buescher, though, already up to over half a second lead, guys. Sorry if I'm not talking as much. I am so stuffed up right now. I have no idea why. And now it's Custer up into 4th place, having a solid run so far tonight. And now these guys are 3 wide. Bell, Kyle Busch, and Haley. Bell's going to back out of it. Meanwhile, ahead of him, Larson trying to get by Briscoe. And Kyle Busch is going to be able to just drive by Justin Haley. That 18 car is looking strong. Now Bowman's going to get boxed in by Haley. That's going to allow Bell to get by that 31. Haley currently holding on to that last stage point. Keselowski, though, has worked his way back forward. He's up to 12th place. Larson still trying to get by Chase Briscoe right now using that low line. Briscoe kind of boxed in by Ross Chastain on the outside. And it looks like Larson might just be able to complete this pass on the 14 here. He's working on him, and then he'll be working on Ross Chastain right after that. Those guys running nose to tail on that outside line. Just trying to run laps and get to the end of the stage. 35 laps to go here in stage 2. And now Larson just about clear of Briscoe, but just doesn't have somewhere to slide in line ahead of him because Chastain's right there. So now Larson trying to get by Ross Chastain for 5th place. And as they run, it's Reddick just 3 points to the bad. Just 3 points to the bad. Behind Daniel Suarez, Austin Dillon just 6 to the bad. Harvick only 11 to the bad. Cendric has also moved up to only 14 to the bad. Briscoe is 15 to the good. Blaney 18 to the good. Kyle Busch 21 to the good. And Briscoe could lose a couple more points at this cut line here in the stage. He's on old tires, and he's got some strong cars on fresh tires behind him that are going to be trying to get by him for these stage points. Also, Alex Bowman with those power steering issues, still doing a pretty solid job in 12th. Coming to 30 to go this time by, and it's Buescher that holds a half-second lead over Kevin Harvick. Now this is still, if we go green to the end of the stage, this is still going to be kind of a long run to the end of the stage. So these leaders are going to have to work some lap traffic. And they could catch Daniel Suarez, who's currently running one of the last cars on the lead lap, as well as Tyler Reddick. Yeah, Suarez only 2 points to the good right now. And now Larson's clear of Ross Chastain. Now Bell trying to get by Chastain. He's already gotten by Briscoe. Briscoe's fallen from like 15 to the above the cut line to 11 above the cut line. And he might lose him even more points to that before the end of this stage. A lot of strong cars coming behind him. But now Kyle Larson trying to catch Cole Custer for 4th place in the stage. That 5 car starting to move forward. Well, that cut line was as big as 17 points, but Tyler Reddick has narrowed it back down to only 2. Trying to pass Suarez on the cut line and on track. 25 to go now in stage 2. And with that, Tyler Reddick is gotten by Suarez, and now he's above the cut line. And they are tied currently, but Reddick holds the tiebreaker. And now Suarez passes him back and is 2 points to the good. Woo. And Harvick has kind of reeled in Chris Buescher now as we've gotten farther into this run. The 4 car just trying to find a way by. Thanks to everybody watching right now. If Harvick can stay in 2nd place, he'll be 11 points behind the cut line going into the final stage, and that's somewhat manageable. And even if he can get by Chris Buescher and get 1 more stage point, and these guys got lap traffic about 10 car lengths ahead of him, so that'll add another factor into this battle. Meanwhile, though, Kyle Larson catching up to Cole Custer. The battle for 4th place is heating up, and Christopher Bell also entering that battle. Also, Chase Briscoe's dropped back to 8th. He's under pressure right now from Kyle Busch. And currently, Brad Keselowski in 10th, holding on to that last stage point. Chase Elliott, though, not too far behind him. Alex Bowman and Byron behind Elliott. Got the Hendrick trio right there. And then Almirola has recovered from that spin. He's back up into the top 15 and 14th. Also, Austin Dillon making up a couple spots. He's up to 19th place. Suarez back, though, to 21st, just ahead of his playoff rival, Tyler Reddick. And those guys are they're 12 seconds behind the leader, so they are not far from going a lap down. It's going to be tight if we go green to the end of this stage. They could both go a lap down. It's going to be close, though. I don't know if they're going to be bailed out by another caution. Yeah, Austin Cindric in 31st. He is like 14, 15 points below the cut line, but a couple more spots he could probably pick up here. And if some other guys have misfortunes, he's not totally out of it yet, but I'd say his chances of advancing right now are less than 5%. The lap's winding down here. Oh, but the caution is out, and it's for Denny Hamlin. Now, Denny Hamlin had a ton of stage points in the last couple of races, so he's going to be totally fine, even if he crashes out here. But Hamlin's going to have to bring this thing to pit road, and that will save, though, those guys from going a lap down. That'll save those guys from going a lap down, but Hamlin was running in 3rd. A good job of saving that car, honestly. Great job of saving that car. He's able to just save it. No damage really to that car whatsoever. He'll be able to get back out on track, maybe even stay on the lead lap. Yeah, so for Hamlin, is he going to lose a lap because of that? I don't think so. He's probably going to be at the tail end of the field, but honestly, not that bad of an issue there for Hamlin. Like I said, he's totally okay on points, but the free pass is to Corey LaJoie, so Corey LaJoie will get back on the lead lap. Solid run for him in the 7 car right now. Also, Austin Cendric up to 31st, made up another spot, and now he can make up another one on BJ McLeod, who's in 30th. So Cendric still has a shot at getting up into the top 25. And the top 4 come in, and then everybody stays out behind him. A lot of those guys staying out are guys that need the playoff points or need the stage points. And by Harvick coming down pit road here, it tells me one thing. It tells me that Harvick, they're racing for the win. They do not think they can get in on points because they could have gotten a lot of stage points there. But yeah, now Harvick, that basically tells me that they're just going for the win, which, I mean, was kind of going to be their original game plan. But with all the issues for other drivers, I thought they might have a shot at just being able to, quote, race their way, race their way in. But with that decision there, that basically tells me that they're, at least for now, unless somehow they get up into the stage points here before the end of stage 2 here with only 12 to go, that's very unlikely. But if they somehow get stage points, then maybe they still might race in on points. But yeah, right now, Harvick's mindset is win. So yeah, it looks like your top maybe 15 or so stayed out. I don't know. Or maybe your top, or well, there's maybe, I'm saying maybe your 10 cars or so stayed out. We'll try to update you guys on the leaderboard as soon as we can. Thanks for everybody tuning in, though, right now. Thanks, Matt, for watching. Right now, Matt is, or not Matt, right now, Logano is back in, like, I think, trying to figure it out on the leaderboard. 22 of Logano is in 18th, so he did just come down pit road. So it looks like, okay, 12 cars stayed out. 12 cars stayed out on the racetrack. The first guys on fresh tires are Larson, Buescher, Harvick back in 13th, 14th, 15th. So, but this strategy call puts Bell, Chastain, Briscoe, Kyle Busch, and Elliott your top 5. And yeah, Briscoe could pick and Kyle Busch could both pick up some big stage points here. As well as Austin Dillon in 9th. Austin Dillon, if he's able to just finish where he is, pick up 2 more stage points, that'll definitely help him out a bit. Suarez in 11th, if he can make up a couple spots and get some stage points, that can help him out as well. But it's gonna be hard for them to hold off Larson, Buescher, and Harvick behind him. Also, with Blaney still behind the garage at this point, well, I think they're done for the night. And honestly, though, I think they're gonna be good on points. Oh my goodness, the parts that are placing on that 45, my goodness. Yeah, right now the only cars out of this race I think are Truex and Ty Gibbs. Bubba Wallace and Blaney are both in 35th and 36th, but they're trying to repair those things to get back out there. But anyways, it's Bell on the outside, Briscoe on the inside. Then on row 2, Chastain on the outside, Kyle Busch on the inside. The outside line's the better line on these restarts. We'll see how they perform on this one. We're going to get the green flag with 10 to go. The first guys on fresh tires are Larson and Buescher back in row 7. Green flag in the air. And a great restart for Bell. He's already out to a 2-car length lead. Briscoe and Chastain side by side for second place. Down the back straightaway they go. Chastain trying to get the advantage. Oh, Kyle Busch slips up the racetrack just a bit. He's trying to hold off 3 Hendrick cars behind him. Not Gibbs, Hendrick. Right now, though, Dillon in 9th holding on to those couple stage points. That's helping him out big time. And right now, with all these guys running a bit closer to the front, that puts Blaney a lot closer to that cut line. And Dillon's going to get by Almirola for 8th place. That's pretty big. Gives him a playoff, gives him a possible stage point. Suarez battling Almirola for 10th right now, but he's got a lot of Fresh tires behind him, and man, back in that pack, they are stacked up 2 and 3 wide all over the place. 6 to go here in stage 2. Bell, Chastain, Briscoe, Elliott, Kyle Busch, your top 5. Then Bowman, Byron, Dillon, Suarez, and McDowell round out the rest of your top 10. Larson just outside the top 10, trying to get by McDowell and Suarez. 5 to go here, or 4 to go here in stage 2. But the thing here with Larson and Harvick is at the end of the stage, they're not going to pit, and they will cycle through to the lead. Also, Larson to the inside of McDowell down the back straightaway for 10th, and he's going to be going to the inside of Suarez as well. Now, Suarez is going to try and fight hard here for these 2 stage points. This is big for him in his playoff push. Chase Elliott, though, battling Chase Briscoe. The battle of the chases right now for 3rd. But Christopher Bell out front by over a 2nd with over Ross Chastain with 2 to go in the stage. Bell in position to get a stage playoff point. That'll carry over to the next rounds of the playoffs. That's big for him. Also, Larson's gotten by Suarez. Suarez is just going to try and hang on to that last stage point. Harvick, though, trying to get by him. White flag out in stage 2. And Christopher Bell will be your stage 2 winner. Then Ross Chastain in 2nd. In the battle for 3rd at the line, it's going to be Briscoe, then Elliott, Kyle Busch, Bowman. And then behind him, I couldn't even tell you who. Behind them, it's Bowman, Byron, Dillon, Larson, and Harvick just beats out Suarez. And so that, that spot there, that battle between Harvick and Suarez, that could make the difference between Suarez or Harvick making it into the next round. That 1 point. Anyways, though, yeah, there's only one official retirement at this point in the race, and that is Martin Truex Jr. Blaney's still working on his car, trying to get that thing back out there. He could pass both the 23XI cars that are currently out. But then Austin Cindric is in 31st. He's got issues there when he had a flat tire in stage 1 under green, had to come down pit road. He's still trying to recover as best he can. The free pass, though, will go to Ty Dillon. He'll get back on the lead lap. Put 26 cars on the lead lap here. And this final stage is about to get underway. This is the long run stage here. This is where you just got to try and fight to stay on the lead lap. But the guys running 1st, 2nd, 3rd, everybody inside your top 8 is most likely going to hit pit road here. And that'll cycle Larson and Harvick and Keselowski to the lead. Thanks to everybody watching right now, though. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'll be keeping tabs on the chat, though. We're going to put a new poll in the chat for not who advances. Well, actually, no, we will put it for who advances because that's really all we care about necessarily. Wait, do we want to do who wins or do we want to do who advances? Here, it's still a bit early, so we'll say who advances. Is it going to be Suarez, Reddick, Dillon, or Blaney? Yeah, and with some of those guys scoring stage points there, that kind of allowed Blaney to, it allowed Blaney to lose some points to the cut line, so he's a bit more of a danger zone. But actually, a couple guys are going to stay out here that were running inside that top 8. It looks like Elliott, Bell, a couple others. Oh, it looks like the NASCAR website might finally be working again. Is it finally working again? Yes. Yes. Amen. Amen. Oh, thank the heavens. The NASCAR leaderboard is back and alive. Oh, yes, we got the leaderboard back, guys. We got the leaderboard back. Let's go. There you guys. Now you guys can see how this thing is supposed to look. Thanks everybody tuning in though right now. I'm trying to adjust this so you guys can see maybe a couple more of the drivers. Thanks to everybody watching though right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, Lord. Oh, we're trying to work on this leaderboard here real quick for you guys. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's a bit better of a leaderboard. Thanks, everybody, tuning in. Got 2,543 subscribers, guys. I appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let me hear it in the chat. Is that leaderboard better or what? Is that leaderboard better or what? Now, can you guys read that all right? Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Oh boy, now I'm happy. Now we got that leaderboard back for the final stage, the stage where it all matters. Seven cautions in the first two stages. On pace for that means about 15 tonight, so the drama still just beginning. Yeah, we've already seen so much. Ryan Blaney, 145 laps down, still in the garage trying to repair that thing after having a tire go down under green. Austin Cindric, 4 laps down after having a tire going down under green as well. Gibbs and Wallace out of this race with mechanical issues. Truex as well. I mean, I don't even know where to start. Harrison Burton's brought out the caution like 3 times tonight. And then you have some playoff guys kind of struggling. Dillon, Bowman, Kyle Busch all running outside the top 20. And now it's Bell, Elliott, Byron, your top 3. But then Larson, Harvick, and who else? Larson, Harvick, and Keselowski, the first guys on fresh tires. Suarez just trying to pull off any strategy he can to make it happen. He's out in 6th. Now Kyle Busch talking about power steering issues on that 18 car. That is big. Also, just so you guys know, Bell, Byron, Hamlin, Logano, and Bowman have advanced into the next round. Elliott and Larson are almost clinched. And then Chastain's 28 to the good. Suarez only 11 to good. Blaney 11 to good. Kyle Busch 5 to the good. Reddick is tied with Briscoe, but he has the tiebreaker. And then Dillon 8 to the bad. Cindric 18 to the bad. Harvick 26 to the bad. This final stage about to get underway. Green flag back in the air. Bell on the outside gets a great restart. Elliott kind of spins the tires. He's already out shooting out to the lead. Byron trying to take second place from his teammate as they come off a turn 2. Bell's holding off 3 hungry. Hendrick Chevrolet's behind him. Larson, the first guy on fresh tires, trying to take third from his teammate. Oh, Larson, the kind of a tight spot there. He's by his teammate. He's up to third. McDowell and Harvick are going at it for 5th place. McDowell having a solid run. Elliott kind of fading back on this restart. He's dropped back from 2nd to 4th. But now Larson trying to use that outside line to maybe attack his teammate Byron for 2nd place. Yeah, and right now, Briscoe's now 1 point to the good over Tyler Reddick. Also, Ryan Blaney's coming back down on track. Ryan Blaney coming back down on track. Now it's going to be 60 laps before he passes anybody else. But and Larson to the outside of Byron down the back straightaway. The battle for second place is on. Larson's got the fresh tires and the advantage off of turn 4. Kyle Larson's up to second place. Now he sets his eyes on Christopher Bell. Kevin Harvick, those also gotten by McDowell. He's up to 5th place. Then Keselowski's up to 7th. Those are the first 3 guys on fresh tires. And Suarez is really fading on the old tires. He's back to 11th. I don't think this strategy call was the best one for him. He's only 7 points to the good right now, and he's going to drop closer and closer to that cut line. That's what I'm anticipating right now. Also, Kyle Busch back in 20th with some power steering issues. Only 6 points to the good. Chase Elliott now putting some pressure on his teammate William Byron. And oh, Blaney's back out on track, but he is really slow. I think that 12 car still might be broke. And now Elliott trying to get the inside of Byron off of turn 4. And then Larson's trying to reel in Bell. The gap's only 1 second. Harvick crossing underneath Elliott now. And Harvick on the fresh tires is going to be able to snag Elliott. Harvick's up to 4th place. He's got to win in this race if he wants to advance. And he's doing what he needs to do so far. He's up to 4th place. And now Larson's gotten up to 2nd, but he's really not making up any ground on Christopher Bell right now. Oh, and Kyle Busch is in the wall. Kyle Busch is in the wall. This is huge. He was talking about having some power steering issues. And that is the smoke coming out of the 18, and the smoke is blowing up. The 18 has blown up. Kyle Busch just blew up, and he is out. He is going to be out of the playoffs. Kyle Busch just blew up, and he is going to be out of the playoffs. Oh, my goodness. That is insane. Kyle Busch is out. And that is the 4th Toyota to have an issue, or the 4th Toyota to blow up tonight. He joins Gibbs, Truex, and Wallace in the garage. Kyle Busch is out of the car and out of the playoffs. Oh, my goodness. What just happened? I can't believe my eyes. Kyle Busch. Like, what in the world? He's already dropped to 26th. He's going to lose probably 4 more spots on the track. So he'll still be kind of like in this somewhat. He's at the mercy more so of like Reddick and Dillon. But he's going to join Austin Cindric and going out in the first round. I mean, I don't know how many people had that on their list of crazy things that would happen. But Kyle Busch is out of the playoffs. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, drop an F in the chat for Kyle Busch. Oh, my goodness. And he has just walked away. I don't even. That is insane, guys. That is insane. 150 people watching right now, and you have just experienced Kyle Busch being eliminated from the playoffs. This is the first time he's going out in the round of 16 in his career. I can't believe it. You know, he just announced the other day that he's leaving that 18 team and going to the 8 car next year. And now he is going to be out of the playoffs. I mean, I don't even. Wow. And with that, he's already dropped to 13th below the cut line. Now Reddick moves above the cut line. And now it's honestly going to be Tyler Reddick versus Austin Dillon for that last spot in. Going to be the battle of the RCR teammates. Oh, my goodness, guys. I can't believe my eyes. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We got 160 people watching right now. Let's get up to 150 likes. Also, we're 7 subscribers away from 2,550. Let's get it, but... All right, Kyle Busch just keeping on the helmet and just going straight into the hauler. I mean, I can't believe it. We are going to have to see. I mean, I don't know. He's just at the mercy. He's got to hope some other playoff guys crash out of this race. That's his only hope. He's got to hope some other playoff guys crash out or have certain issues of their own, which is possible, I would say, with Suarez and Reddick and Dillon all being pretty slow tonight. But, wow, that is pretty crazy. Only 6 subscribers away from 2,550. Let's get it, guys. I appreciate it. 9 likes away from 150. Wow, that was insane, guys. And at this rate, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. So now it's basically down to this. With Harvick, Cindric, and Kyle Busch now essentially being out of the playoffs, it's who gets eliminated. We'll say Dylan, who's currently the driver below the cut line, his teammate Reddick, currently the driver just above. Then I believe it's Briscoe and Suarez. Hey, but that's another spot for Austin Cindric, so I don't know. Maybe Cindric can inch back into this somehow, but like I said, I highly doubt it. He's back up into the top 30, though. He's can still make up a couple more spots. I mean, yeah, he's still like 20 points to the bad. He's out of this thing. And honestly, this is insane. Like, actually, a couple of competitive cars going out here in the first round because of things really out of their power. Austin Cindric and Kyle Busch. I mean, Blaney is still another driver at risk. If we had Cindric, like Reddick, Kyle Busch, and Blaney go out in the first round, that would be like one of the most crazy first-round eliminations ever. Yeah, Alan, I know all those. I got a lot of Kyle Busch fans in the chat, and I know you got. I don't. That's got to be heartbreaking. He's not totally out of it just yet. Not totally out of it just yet, but I mean, I just have to say, I mean, it's pretty unlikely right now. Pretty unlikely right now. Also, guys, thank you though to everybody watching right now. Over 5,500 viewers on the night, and that will move this up into the 7th biggest stream we've had on the channel. But we're about to get restarted again, and it's going to be Bell on the outside, Byron on the inside, then Larson on the outside of row 2, Elliott on the inside of row 2. How will this restart go? Once again, that inside line just can't get the power down like the outside can. And now Larson's going to take it up to the outside of the track, try maybe get a run on Bell down the back straightaway. Not going to be close enough, but right now in terms of the cut line, crash on the backstretch, a big one. It's the big one. Suarez is taken out, as well as who is that? Stenhouse and Suarez are involved. More playoff drama. Bowman. Now Bowman's locked into the next round, but playoff drama for Bowman. Blaney involved in this one as well. Now, not that much damage for the 99, luckily, but, I mean, we'll see a lot of guys involved here. Now Suarez involved, and just like that, now Suarez is back below the cut line, and Kyle Busch is back in. Oh, yeah, Suarez is loose off of turn 2, and he just spins it on his own. And he comes down, he snags the 47. The 47 probably actually has the hardest lick on anybody. Then the 38 runs into the 99, and people are just spinning to avoid. Austin Dillon just scrapes by, as well as Austin Cindric. Cody Ware, you know, in the Matrix, dodging that stuff. Also, Cody Ware will get that free pass, so. Hey, or actually, no, Cody Ware got the free pass under the last caution. This will give the free pass to, I'm not sure who, but is Tyler Reddick involved in this one? I think Reddick might be involved. I mean, this is I don't know which playoff driver now hasn't been involved in something, but now it's Suarez. Yeah, Reddick with a bunch of left front damage on the 8 car. Reddick, that left front fender is completely gone on the 8. The left front fender completely gone. They're sawing it off. He's going to be a couple laps down. Oh, my goodness. And right now, as they run, Harvick's 18 to the bad, Cindric 11 to the bad, Reddick 3 to the bad. Kyle Busch is tied with Suarez on the cut line. Suarez has the tiebreaker. Dillon's 1 to the good. Briscoe's 12 to the good. Blaney 18 to the good. And this is going to be even more spots, though, for Austin Cindric. And he's going to be, like, back up into, like, 26. So Cindric is kind of inching back into this somehow. Yeah, both RCR cars with quite a bit of damage here. Wow. That took out like all the cut line guys. Dillon, Reddick, Suarez. All those guys with big damage. I mean, the drama is on here at Bristol. I can't believe my eyes. Wow. Hey, thanks to everybody watching, though, right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't even know. Like, I don't even have words right now. Whoa, Hector, that wasn't even Stenhouse's fault. That was just Suarez's fault right there. Oh, boy, man. Now we're looking at this running order, and it is now Dillon 3 to the bad, Reddick 6 to the bad, and Kyle Busch is now 3 to the good. Suarez 5 to the good. Just. But yeah, with Dillon and Reddick both having issues here, they're both going to be a couple laps down. They're going to have to hope that other people have issues. Man, this is a really tough break right now for both RCR cars, both being taken out in the same accident, and they're both right now just losing spots to the cut line. But the one driver that's like somehow inching back into this through all of it is Austin Cindric. Austin Cindric is now up to 29th, and he's going to probably pick up a couple more spots. I think Bowman and Stenhouse are both done. So, I mean, honestly, Austin Cindric, if a couple more of these playoff guys crash out, Cindric somehow might be able to figure out a way to get back in this race. Back in the playoff race. I mean, I can't even believe it. But Kyle Busch blows an engine. We all thought he was out of the playoffs, but now all of a sudden Suarez crashes and takes out like all the playoff guys, and now Kyle Busch is above the cut line. I don't even know. I can't believe my own eyes right now. And then Ryan Blaney back in this race, 152 laps down. I mean, all these guys that are crashing out here, he's going to be able to make up a lot more spots. They're trying to repair that 8 car. I didn't think these guys had a lot of damage, but I guess they have more than what originally met the eye. They're trying to replace the right front fender. I thought they just let it drive around without a fender on, but I guess they're going to try and take the time to put a fender back on that car. I'm kind of surprised by that, because that's going to cost them probably quite a few laps. Oh, boy. This is insane what's going on right now, ladies and gents. But now it's Bell, Larson, Byron, Harvick, Elliott, Keselowski, McDowell, Buescher, Custer, Logano, your top 10. Then Allmendinger, Hamlin, Briscoe, Chastain, Burton, your top 15. Harrison Burton on the lead lap in 15th, even though he's been involved in like 4 cautions tonight. Then Ty Dillon, Almirola, Cody Ware in 18th. When Cody Ware's in 18th, you know it's been a crazy night. Then Haley, Todd Gilliland, your top 20. Then LaJoy in 21st. Then Suarez 1 lap down now because of the damage he got from this caution. And then Jones 1 lap down. Then McLeod 3 laps down in 24th. Yaley 4 laps down in 25th. Cindric also 4 laps down. Then Dillon and Castle each 6 laps down. You're good. And then you each have Cindric 5 laps down, then you have Dillon at least 6 laps down, then Castle 6 laps down in 28th. He was also just involved in this caution, so I don't know if they're going to be able to repair that 77 car or not. Bowman's out of this race, Stenhouse out of this race. And then Kyle Busch, Truex. I mean, I don't even know. This race is starting to become a race of attrition. Only about 26 or so cars still out there. And we still haven't even gotten one of those long green flag runs that you traditionally see at Bristol. But yeah, now who's going to get eliminated? I don't even know anymore. It's just, I thought Kyle Busch was going to be done for sure when he blew that engine, but all of a sudden, with all these guys crashing out now, he's right back in the mix. Now we're hearing from Kyle Busch. What's he going to say to the I want to hear what he has to say. About to get the green flag, though. Go back green racing. And Kyle Busch is kind of sad for his guys. Something just out of their control, to be honest. But it's Byron on the inside, Bell on the outside on this restart, then Larson on the outside of row 2. Keselowski has worked his way up to 4th. Green flag back in the air. Another good restart for that outside line. The inside just can't get hooked up. The 24 spins his tires. Bell out to the lead. Larson trying to slide back up into 2nd here. Keselowski's moved up to that outside groove. He's going to also try to get by Byron for 3rd here. This time they don't pile up going down the back straightaway. And now Larson trying to run on the outside line, trying to get that outside corner panel of Christopher Bell. Slightly fresher tires on that 5 compared to the 20. Trying to find a way by. Larson won this race last year. He's been pretty quiet tonight. Hasn't led a lap yet. Also, Tyler Reddick trying to get back out there on the racetrack. Oh, boy. Yeah, now Austin Cindric is that first driver below the cut line. 6 points to the bad, even though he's like 4 laps down. Oh, Reddick almost snags the wall there off the turn. Off of turn 2. Tyler Reddick trying to make minimum speed here so he can stay in this race. Chase Elliott trying to get by Chris Buescher. That's the battle for 7th, or for 6th actually. But yeah, Bell's now holding off Kyle Larson at the front by about half a second. Was able to hold him off on that restart, and then that clean air just makes it really easy to kind of maintain that lead, even on older tires. Keselowski in 3rd, Byron in 4th. And then Kevin Harvick rounds out your top 5. Harvick still has to win to make it into the next round, even with all these troubles for other guys. And right now, as they run, though, and Tyler Reddick. So Reddick made minimum speed, but they're going to come back down pit road trying to do some more repairs on that car. And the 3, though, of Austin Dillon is out of this race. Or it looks like they're going to try and get the 3 car out right now. Austin Dillon's done for the night, and he is going to be out of this playoffs for sure. So Austin Dillon, I feel like, is Austin Dillon's the only driver guaranteed out of the playoffs. Austin Dillon is out. A tough way to go here in round 1. But there's still 1 car for RCR that's still somewhat in the fight. Yeah, right now Tyler Reddick is in 28th, 14 laps down. He has just got to hope some guys crash out of this race. That's the only way he moves on. Same thing with Austin Cindric, though. Actually, right now, to be honest, Kyle Busch can only lose 2 more spots on the racetrack. So that means Tyler Reddick has to make up 3 spots. Same thing with Austin Cindric. Reddick and Cindric need to make up 3 spots at least. Cindric needs to make up 4 spots to get by Kyle Busch. And Suarez just has to finish in, where is he running right now? That 99 car is. Suarez just has to finish inside the top 24 to move on to the next round. But hey, there's still a battle for the lead at the front. Bell keeping about a half a second lead over Kyle Larson. Then Keselowski about a second and a half back. Byron not too far behind Keselowski. Then Harvick 2.5 seconds back in 5th. And if Harvick were to win this race, though, if Harvick wins this race, he's below that cut line. That would move Kyle Busch out and put Suarez, the driver, on the cut line. So it's still not over yet. Still 196 laps to go. So this one's far from over. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. At the front, though, Briscoe trying to get by Ross Chastain for 13th place. Honestly, if I'm a playoff guy at this point and I'm not like right around that cut line, I am just cruising. I am trying not to do anything stupid that might take me out of this race. Just trying to play it safe. Yeah, so Kyle Busch could still lose 2 laps on the track. 2 points on the track. And that means Tyler Reddick and Austin Cindric need to make up 3 spots on track to pass him and get into the next round. And Austin Cindric could theoretically maybe make up 1 spot, but then everybody else is like he's going to need at least probably 2 or 3 guys to crash out. And Elliott versus Chris Buescher, though, that battle's still going on for 6th place. The RFK car is running really strong tonight, both of them inside the top 7. Also, Bell really starting to catch Ryan Blaney right now, put him another lap down. Ryan Blaney, even though he's back out on the racetrack, that car is still very damaged and off the pace. But he should be able to move on to the next round, I'd say, pretty seamlessly. Actually, I think he's probably just about locked into the next round at this point. Yeah, it's been a crazy race when Cody Ware's running inside the top 20 and 19th. And just because we said that, we're going to give Cody Ware a little chant, our Cody Ware chant. Guys, if you're a returning viewer, you know it. Cody, Cody, Cody. Yeah, also another guy having a solid run, Corey LaJoie in 18th. Yeah, Bell out front, though, by over a second now over Kyle Larson. And it's Keselowski who's actually starting to reel in that 5 car. And even though Bell has 50 lap older tires than the guys he's around, he's still the tire fall off is bare minimum right now. Basically non-existent. But this could be our long green flag run of the night. It feels like every time we come to Bristol, we do have all of our cautions, but you always have one long green flag run in the leader's lap way up into the field. And they're already going to be catching Eric Almirola and Todd Gilliland here pretty soon. Buescher trying to find a way to reel in the 9 of Chase Elliott. That battle's been going on for about 30 laps now. Also, just to look at the leaderboard. Yeah, the only guys that went out from that last wreck, Stenhouse, Bowman, and Dillon. So Reddick, Castle, Suarez, those guys able to continue. Yeah, now and here Bell's already caught Eric Almirola, and he is really setting a pretty fast pace right now. Last time by, Christopher Bell in 20th. He ran a 15.69, and then the last guy on the lead lap, Almirola, 0.2 slower. So now with Gibbs back out on racetrack, now that means Kyle Busch could lose 3 spots on the racetrack. So that means Austin Cindric and Tyler Reddick only need to make up 2 spots, or essentially have 2 cars crash out ahead of them for them to pass Kyle Busch. Oh boy, Kyle Busch, all he can do is sit there and wait. There's really nothing. There's nothing in their power they can do. Thanks to everybody watching right now. 6,000 viewers on the night, guys. I appreciate it. This stream is moved up into the 7th. Or wait, this is the Yeah, this stream has moved up into the 7th biggest stream that we've had. And not too far away from maybe getting 6th or 5th. But yeah, right now these guys are just settling in for the long run here to end out the night. Still over 150 laps to go in what's been a pretty caution-filled race. And Almirola has got a lap down. Your leader's now kind of reeling in Todd Gilliland. Yeah, this is probably going to be that long green flag run. Now, I'm probably jinxing it, but this could be this long green flag run where they start to lap up into the top 15, put some playoff guys a lap down, and they could trap somebody like Chase Briscoe even a lap down. But yeah, another Austin Cindric could pass BJ McLeod now, who's gone to 5 laps down. Meanwhile, up front, Kyle Larson's kind of catched back up to Bell a little bit. In the battle for 3rd through 5th place, Keselowski, Byron, and Harvick are all nose to tail right now. Harvick looking to the inside of Byron for 4th down the front straightaway. Harvick has got to win this race if he wants to advance. And right now, I just don't see it happening, to be honest. I mean, he's probably a top 5 car, but not really a race win car. Not really near the 20 or the 5 right now. Hey, there's still a lot of racing left. Oh, and Harvick got really loose there off the inside of turn 2. Had to really fight that thing to keep it pointed in the right direction. And now your leaders have put Todd Gilliland to lap down. The next driver for them to catch is Cody Ware, having a really solid run. Yeah, this is our longest green flag run of the night. And I am interested to see, though, Bell might have to pit for fuel here pretty soon. I wish, or here, I can check right now, actually. Yeah, Bell's only got about a quarter of that fuel tank still left. So, yeah, right now his last stop was on 198. He can go about 150 laps. Woo, that was some tight racing right there. Also, Elliott's getting by both Harvick and Byron. Making some great moves right now. He's gotten by, yeah, Buescher also entering this battle. Yeah, Elliott and Buescher were battling, and they kind of caught up to the battle ahead of him, which was Byron and Harvick, and they're just flying right through him. So now Harvick was able to get by Byron, but then he gets passed by Elliott and now Buescher. So, yeah, still quite a ways away from winning and getting in. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Yeah, so it looks like that I would say Bell would have to come in about 30 laps. 30 laps or so would be when he has to come in. So that's definitely something to keep your eyes on. Whereas in second place, Kyle Larson, he doesn't have to come in for probably another, like, 80 laps. And the thing is Bell, even when he pits, that'll probably be his last stop of the night. He'll be right about that cut line, or he'll be right about that, right just in the fuel window. Yeah, right now Suarez in 11th on the points grid, 6 points to the good. He's in 23rd, and that car is pretty damaged. Like, he's off the pace, and Cindric could possibly reel him in. And that could be another spot for Cindric and another spot lost for Suarez. So just something to keep your eyes on. But out in the front, it's Bell. A second and a half to the good over Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson trying to reel in the 20, but just doesn't have the speed right now. They've kind of pulled away, though, from Keselowski in 3rd, who's 3.5 seconds back. Then Elliott in 4th, 6 seconds back. The RFK cars, though, really brought the speed tonight. 2 cars inside the top 5. Also, your leaders have now put Cody Ware and Corey LaJoie lap down. And now they're catching Ty Dillon and Harrison Burton. Ty Dillon, the last guy on the lead lap, in 17th. Our longest green flag run of the night, so caution seems pretty imminent right about now. And also, Kyle Busch in the next 30 laps is going to lose 2 more spots on the cut line when Bubba Wallace and Ty Gibbs get by him. But also not too far up the road from these leaders, Briscoe and Chastain in 14th and 15th. Those guys are probably going to fight somewhat hard to stay on the lead lap here. Try to keep their playoff hopes alive. And now Byron's dropped back to 8th. Logano and Harvick have gotten by, and that 24 car is really fading on this run right now. He's on the same strategy as Bell. Yeah, the next car about to catch Byron is Michael McDowell. And honestly, at this rate, Byron running about half a second slower than the leaders. He'll be going a lap down here pretty soon. Larson starting to reel in Christopher Bell at the front. The gap's back down to under a second. Bell's got some really heavy lap traffic ahead of him right now. The 21 trying to stay on the lead lap. But Bell's going to be able to get to the outside of Burton down the front straightaway. That'll put Harrison Burton a lap down. Now he's lapped all the way up to 16th, so only 15 cars still on the lead lap now. The next car up in front of him is Chase Briscoe, but Chase Briscoe is quite a ways up the road, and then ahead of Briscoe, it's way up to Ross Chastain. So Chastain's looking pretty safe from going a lap down right now. But yeah, right now, Austin Cindric, Tyler Reddick, those two guys, 5 points below the cut line. Their only hope of moving on is if some guys crash out, which they only need 2 or 3 guys to crash out, and then they will catch back up to Kyle Busch and be battling to get into the next round of the playoffs. Hamlin battling, who is that? Well, that's the lapped car. The 2 Hamlin trying to battle. Who is that? Cole Custer for 11th place on the racetrack. Just behind him, though, Ross Chastain and Justin Haley battling side by side. Chastain going to get by Haley on the outside. That moves Chastain up to 13th. Also, Chase Briscoe now has gone a lap down. Bell just on a blinding pace right now. He's reeling in Justin Haley. And he's going to be catching up to this gaggle of cars right here. Custer, Hamlin, Chastain, and Haley here pretty soon. Oh, Jones. What the heck, NASCAR? I just can't. I can't. It's such a joke. It's such a joke. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh, dude. NASCAR is such a joke. They throw a caution for Jones, who's literally like not even that slow on the back straightaway. And yet we haven't thrown cautions for guys like Blaney that are literally like half spun out on the back straightaway. Like what? NASCAR's been so inconsistent tonight. This was literally just a caution to bunch the field back up. That is a joke. That is a joke. And that is things that make me almost like just regret watching the sport sometimes. Okay, that might be a bit over the top, but it's just like, come on. Like, I actually kind of find these long runs at Bristol to be pretty entertaining because you just start having to battle lap traffic. And then it's like, nope, we're going to throw a caution for somebody that's just kind of slow and up in the groove. Instead of, yet we've thrown cautions for people that are like, like we don't throw cautions for somebody that's, I don't know. That's just, come on. Where's the consistency? But now everybody can come down pit road and they'll be able to make it to the end of the race on fuel. Now, tires, I don't know. That might be a bit more of a push. Oh, boy. But now we're going to put up a new poll for who wins tonight at Bristol. Sorry, guys. I'm just kind of ranting a little bit about NASCAR, but who wins at Bristol? You got Bell, I feel like, who's got to be the favorite right now, but then Larson was just closing in on him before that caution. And then we'll put Keselowski, who's having a solid run tonight. Keselowski's won at Bristol in the past. Then Elliott. And that'll be our 4. Or, we'll put Harvick in instead of Elliott. Because Harvick kind of needs that win more than Elliott does. 1 Mile Cup Series, you're saying Harvick. Hector, you're saying Chase. But Jones now being out of the pace, he's going to lose a couple more laps, and that's probably going to be another spot for Austin Cindric. And, yeah, I'm just trying to look at the leaderboard. Like, that's the thing is these cautions, like, it literally helps out the guy that's like having a flat tire. Like I feel that is not how that should work in my opinion in a way. Like I mean, I guess it's different track to track, but like we've seen like Austin Cindric when actually Austin Cindric had a flat tire somehow. So that kind of saved them. But anyways, Austin Cindric has a flat tire, gets out of the groove and gets to pit road. NASCAR doesn't throw a caution. He loses 5 laps. Then on the other hand, Ryan Blaney has a flat tire, can't get to pit road. Caution. NASCAR throws a caution, and he only goes down 1 lap. Like if driver has a flat tire, I'm telling him to stay out. Stay out. Yeah, everybody coming down pit road here. Or actually, no, Chastain's going to stay out. I really don't understand the strategy call behind that, but we'll see who can win the race off of pit road. Chastain staying out. Now, I don't know if that's intentional or not, but okay, so Larson's going to lead these guys off the first half of pit road. Now, will he be able to pass Bell? Bell's into his pit stall. Larson had a 10.2 second pit stop. How will Bell's team compare? Bell's looking to be pretty quick, a bit slow on the front. 12-second stop, and Larson's going to win the race off of pit road. Bell dropped to second, Keselowski third, Harvick fourth, Logano fifth. Harvick and Logano both picking up 2 spots. Buescher loses a spot. Allmendinger picks up 2 spots, but Elliott with a bad stop on pit road losing 5 spots. Hey, appreciate some guys that have just subscribed. El Pineapple and Dennis, appreciate it. And hey guys, we're just 1 subscriber away from 2,550. Let's get it. Drop a like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. Oh, that Salmon guy. Elliott messed up the stop. Okay, I didn't notice that. I was looking at Larson's stop. So yeah, but I think Chastain stayed out here. Or no, it does. Okay, I guess he decided to come down pit road this time. I don't really know why. Maybe he didn't realize pit road is open. Hey, but we got up to 2,550, 2,551. I appreciate it, guys. Hey, we still got over 100 laps left, guys. Maybe we can get to 2,600 before the night is over. Let's get it. Yeah, as they run, I'll see if Jones is still out there, if they finally decide to park that thing. No, Jones is still out there. Yeah, okay, if my driver is a flat tire at Bristol Martinsville, I'm going to tell him to stay out and let NASCAR throw the caution, because that is literally better than you coming down pit road. Like, I'm just kind of ranting right now, but the guys that decided to come down pit road and get out of the way, well, you know what happened to them? They lost 5 laps under green. The guys that stayed out and let the caution happen, they came down pit road and lost 1 lap under caution. Also, did Cody Ware take the wave round? Yes, he did. Cody Ware taking the wave round, because why not? And he's back on the lead lap. 16 cars on the lead lap. Chase Briscoe was the free pass. Also, Bubba Wallace about to pass Kyle Busch. So that'll be a point lost for Kyle Busch, and that'll move him just 4 points above the cut line. Also, Gibbs back out on track, kind of catching up to him, as well as Ryan Blaney. And yeah, right now, Larson, Bell, Byron, Hamlin, Logano, Elliott, Chastain, and Bowman are advanced. Blaney is almost safe, and then Briscoe is 16 to the good, basically safe unless he crashes out. Suarez 7 to the good, and Kyle Busch 6 to the good. Oh. I don't know. So Chase Chastain kind of helping out a teammate here. Anyways, green flag back out. Larson on the outside. Bell on the inside. Good restart for Larson on the outside. Bell still hanging his own down low. Keselowski trying to roll the top and move up to second. Back in the pack, they're making it 3 wide. Larson out to the lead for the first time tonight. Keselowski trying to take second from Christopher Bell. Those RFK cars have been so strong tonight. Harvick and Logano going at it for fourth. Harvick has to win to get into the next round. Then Buescher in sixth. Allmendinger having a good run in seventh. Then Byron, Custer, Elliott round out your top 10. And as they run, now Kyle Busch has been passed by Bubba Wallace. He's 4 points to the good. Just 4 points to the good. Now Reddick only 4 to the bad. Cendric 5 to the bad. Or Cendric only 4 to the bad now. So, oh, that was tight. Anyways, it's, Reddick and Cendric just need to make up 4 spots on the track to get by Kyle Busch. The lap's winding down here. Larson out front, though, over Keselowski, Bell, Harvick, and Buescher's now up into the top 5. Man, Reddick just in the way. Right now, down low, that slow car. I mean, there's so much damage on that car. I mean, he's just trying to limp around there. Yeah, Reddick 4 to the bad. He's just hoping for a big caution to make up some spots somehow. But yeah, Ty Gibbs is back out on the track, and he is probably going to catch Kyle Busch in about... He's going to catch Kyle Busch in 33 laps. So with 100 to go, theoretically Ty Gibbs will pass Kyle Busch, and then Kyle Busch will be only 3 points to the good. And then with about 80 to go, Blaney will pass Kyle Busch as well. So Kyle Busch would be only 2 points to the good. So Cendric is the guy I'm watching. Cendric just has to pass, I believe, 2 cars to pass Kyle Busch. And right now, Cendric is in 25th. The only car 6 laps, or the first car 6 laps down. BJ McLeod is 5 laps down, but then Jones is 3 laps down. So basically, he can probably pass McLeod, but he's going to need for somebody else to have an issue for him to get that other point. $130 laps to go. Larson out front by over, second over Brad Keselowski, then Bell is kind of caught up to Keselowski. Harvick, though, under pressure from Chris Buescher for 4th place. Like I've been saying, Harvick has to win to advance, but he has got a top 5 car, but not really a race-winning car. I'd say he's behind Larson, Bell, and really the RFK cars. Those are like the 4 strongest cars left in this race. Already, though, Larson really setting a pretty fast pace right now. Already putting the tail end of those lead lap guys half a lap down. Last time by, Larson ran a 15.3. The last guy on the lead lap ran a 15.9. So over half a second quicker right now. Yeah, Harvick trying to use that high line to hang on to 4th place for now and keep Chris Buescher at bay. I just don't know how long he'll be able to do that. Keselowski really starting to reel in Kyle Larson at the front right now. I think Keselowski, I think, could get it done tonight. I mean, the 2 RFK Fords, they've just showed up. And even if they don't win, this has been a really solid performance by both of those guys. It really shows that maybe they can be contenders in the future. So this year has been pretty abysmal for both the 6 and the 17, but this is at least a bright spot for those guys. And we got 170 people watching right now. I appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Hey, 51 Cody Ware. We do a Cody Ware chant in this chat. I hope you can chime in. We actually got a Cody Ware fan here. Cody, 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 Cody. That great job by Ware tonight, running inside the top 20 basically all night. Now it just took the wave around to try and get back on the lead lap here, but I feel like this strategy is probably not going to work out for him unless they get a quick caution. Yeah, Hammer chiming in on the chat, on the chant. Appreciate it. Hey guys, we got 175 people watching. We got 160 likes. Let's get up to 175 likes. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 2,600. Only 47 away. But yeah, the battle for the cut line is on with the laps winding down, closing in on 100 to go. And what has felt like a marathon race, so many guys out of the race with so many mechanical failures. This has really been a test of the equipment tonight. Yeah, in about 20 laps, Ty Gibbs is going to pass. Or wait. Hold up. Yeah, in about 20 laps, Ty Gibbs is going to pass Kyle Busch. And that'll lose Kyle Busch another spot to that cut line. But at the front, though, Larson putting Todd Gillen a lap down. But Brad Keselowski has caught this 5 car. That 6 car has really turned on the Jets. He dominated stage 1. He's looking to win stage number 3 right now. Also, the guy in third, Christopher Bell, also kind of reeling in these leaders. Only a second back. But yeah, some guys having good runs tonight. Allmendinger and Custer both inside the top 10. Justin Haley inside the top 15. Cody Ware 16th. Corey LaJoy inside the top 20. But right now, as I say that, Cody Ware is going to go a lap down. Yeah, Brad Keselowski is there. He is just behind the bumper of the 5. And if Larson gets held up by some lap traffic, the 6 will be waiting to pounce. Closing in on 100 laps to go, though. All these guys have already made their final pit stops of the race. If it were to go green to the end, everybody could make it. Oh, Keselowski to the inside of the 5. Has got a run on him as they go into turns 1 and 2. Is he going to be able to clear the 5 off of turn 2? Yes, he will. Oh, the 5's going to give him a bit of a shot, though. He was just barely clear off of turn 4. Will Keselowski be able to slide up? Yes, he will. Brad Keselowski to the lead. And a great night for Roush, though. Keselowski to the lead, Larson back to second, but now Bell is entering this battle. He's getting bigger in these guys' rearview mirrors. But with 110 laps to go now, Kyle Busch just 4 points to the good over Tyler Reddick and Austin Cindric, but that 18 cars out of the race, and Reddick and Cindric are each multiple laps down. So basically, Reddick and Cindric need at least 2 or 3 cars to crash out of the race to move on. Thanks to everybody tuning in, though, right now. I'll look at the chat. What are you guys saying? 51 Cody Ware. Hey, Cody Ware, he's got pace, but for him to get a top 10, he's going to need some guys to crash out. JH, if Cody gets a top 5, you'd quit your job? I don't know if I'd want. I don't know. That might be risky, honestly. Yeah, Hector. I remember those days. Yeah, with another long green flag run, though, Keselowski and Larson and Bell setting the pace once again. Starting to reel in those guys towards the tail end of the lead lap. Chase Briscoe not too far from going a lap down once again. Also, Austin Cindric has dropped back to 25th. Now, he was able to get that 2 car back in the race, but it does have quite a bit of damage, so now he's lost another point to that cut line. Yeah, as they run, the drivers that would get eliminated would be Harvick, Dillon, Reddick, and Austin Cindric. And I don't think people saw Harvick and Reddick, especially going out in the first round. Dang, I even had Tyler Reddick as my dark horse to win the championship. What was I thinking? Oh, Logano with the flat tire having to get off the racetrack. And that's another Ford with the flat tire, man. But also, you throw caution for Jones, but you don't throw caution for that. Like, what in the world, NASCAR? Just so hypocritical. And I can't. The inconsistency for tonight from NASCAR in terms of the caution has got to be talked about. The nut is not on the right rear on the 22. Or okay, they're able to get it going now. So Gibbs is down on pit road, and Gibbs is done for the night. Oh, and Ty Gibbs is out, so he is not going to catch Kyle Busch, and I think this was a move by Toyota, I'm not going to lie. So Ty Gibbs is going to be out 4 laps before he would catch Kyle Busch. That's a point back to Kyle Busch, but Blaney's still coming, and he'll pass both Gibbs and Busch. So, yeah, Kyle Busch will slide to 3 points above the cut line here pretty soon. It's just, can Reddick and Austin Cindric make up 3 spots? That's the question. But now Logano falls to a lap down. Now, where is he? How many laps down is Logano, actually? The 22 Ford. I'm looking. He is 23rd, 3 laps down. So that could possibly be a spot that Cindric could catch. And honestly, do we want to? I mean, if I was Penske, I would honestly tell Logano to get out, and I would tell Logano to let Cindric pass him to give Cindric a better shot at advancing to the next round. That's what I would do if I was the captain. I would tell Logano to pull that car off the track. But now Bell has caught Kyle Larson, and the battle is on for second place. The 20 car trying to get by the 5 with 95 laps to go. Keselowski has pulled away from both of these guys. He's got almost a 2-second lead. And he's put Chase Briscoe a lap down, and now he's trying to reel in Ross Chastain and Justin Haley. Oh, and Larson's kind of boxed in by the 42 of Ty Dillon. That's going to allow Bell to get by him. Christopher Bell's up to second place. Oh, but Larson's going to... Oh, Larson thought about poking his nose in there. Bell threw an aggressive block. But these guys are going at it for second place. Meanwhile, behind them, Kevin Harvick kind of closing in. Kevin Harvick has to win. I think he's got more pace than the 5, but I don't know about the 20 and the 6. Yeah, Blaney's going to pass both Gibbs and Busch and give himself 2 more points, and I think he would essentially clinch himself into the playoffs with that. Also, Harvick, though, is reeling in. Harvick, though, is reeling in. Also, Cody Ware's going to need a caution here pretty quick, or else he's going to have to come down pit road to make a green flag stop. That really hurt his night. Yeah, right now, Brad Keselowski setting a really fast pace. He's going to be catching Chastain and Haley and McDowell here pretty soon. The last guy's on the lead lap. Yeah, right now, Kyle Busch, that's just the storyline. Will there be 4 cars that have issues? Because if 4 cars have issues, then Reddick and Cindric will... Keselowski with an issue. Keselowski's got a flat tire. Keselowski's got a flat tire. And how is this not a caution, but Eric Jones was? How is this not a caution, but Eric Jones was? What a joke, NASCAR. What a joke. Now they're going to throw the caution. Now he's going to get off the groove. 85 to go. He's going to come to pit road under green. A tough break for Keselowski. Had a great run going, but has a flat tire under green. But NASCAR, how is that not a caution? But Eric Jones was. That is a joke. That is a joke from an officiating standpoint. The 6 car hits the wall probably a lot harder than the 43 did. Was on the track slower a lot longer, but yet they don't throw a caution for that. What a joke. But that moves Bell up into the lead. Larson's now up to second. Harvick to third. Buescher to fourth. Then Elliott fifth. But that's 2 flat tires just on this green flag run alone. And where will Keselowski merge back out on track? He will merge out on track about 2 laps down. Also, Ryan Blaney now having a tire down. We're getting, man, oh my goodness. Now Blaney's quite a bit farther off the pace, but he's having a tire down. Yeah, Blaney's just got to oscillate another 8 laps, and then he can basically, or well, actually, no, he can make up, like, if he keeps going, he can pick up, like, in the next 20 laps, he'll make up about 7 spots. But Harvick has caught Kyle Larson with 80 to go. Harvick only a second and a half off the lead. He could still win, and if he wins, that would knock Kyle Busch out of the playoffs. Also, Austin Cindric, who has he passed? He's up to 24th. He's gotten by B.J. McLeod. And so Austin Cindric is only 3 points behind Kyle Busch. And if Cindric gets by Logano, he'll be only 2 points behind. And once Blaney passes Kyle Busch, he'll only be 1 point behind. Who's it going to be, Austin Cindric or Kyle Busch? That seems to be the question now. Tyler Reddick is basically out of playoff contention. Harvick trying to catch up to Larson and Bell. And Larson is actually kind of reeled in the 20, though. Also, Eric Almirola on pit road. Now, it looks like these guys are making a pit stop here. I don't think nobody has to make a pit stop here. I think the 10 has got an issue. Oh, so Almirola has got an issue. That's why he's off the track. But this is going to be another spot for Cindric. This is another spot for Austin Cindric. Oh, this is going to make things, yeah, and Almirola is going to go to the garage. So this will be a spot, though, for Cindric and Reddick. Oh, my goodness. Austin Cindric is right back in this. I thought it was over for Cindric at the beginning of this race when he had that flat tire in stage 1 and went 5 laps down, but here he is still fighting it out. Oh, my goodness. Also, Cody Ware's going to have to come down pit road here for fuel and tires. That strategy's not going to work out for them, but honestly, he's still going to get a pretty solid result out of this, most likely. Yeah, now Kyle Busch just 2 points to the good over Austin Cindric. And in 2 laps, he's only going to be 1 point behind him. This is crazy right now, guys. But at the front, though, Bell's getting caught by Kyle Larson. Larson's reeled in that 20 car. Harvick has kind of faded a little bit back into the distance, but your top 4 still separated by only 2 seconds, and it's a bit of a gap back to Elliott in 5th. But they're catching some harder lap traffic. Ross Chastain and Justin Haley just up the racetrack from them. 69 laps to go. Thanks to everybody watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We got 200 people watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's a free way to help support the channel. And man, these guys are working some heavy lap traffic right now as Bell's trying to put Haley a lap down. And he's going to make it happen on the outside. But Harvick trying to make a run at it before it's over. He's got to win to get into the next round of the playoffs. He currently sits in 3rd, a second and a half back off the lead. But right now, in terms of the playoff battle, Kyle Busch has been passed by Ryan Blaney on the racetrack. Blaney is now up to 33rd, and he can make up some more spots, too, from some more DNF guys ahead of him. Then he'll probably pull that thing behind the wall. But that'll probably lock Blaney into the playoffs. But Austin Cindric is currently 1 point behind Kyle Busch. He just needs to find one more spot on the racetrack, which he's 7 laps down, so it's going to be kind of hard to do. But if he can get one more spot, one more guy to crash out, he will move into the next. He'll be tied with Kyle Busch. Now, I don't know who holds the tiebreaker. I can probably, here, I'm going to figure out who holds the tie. Oh, Bell with an issue from the lead, the 20 car. What in the world, NASCAR? You're so inconsistent. What the heck? What the heck? You throw a caution for that, but not for the, what in the world? NASCAR is literally just throwing cautions whenever they feel like they want to. This is an actual joke. An actual joke. I'm sorry, I'm done. Like, this is annoying. They're not throwing, they're only throwing cautions for like every other flat tire, not for some, just certain people that get a flat tire. Because I guess only certain people are deserving of it. Like, what in the world, NASCAR? That's a joke. That is a joke. There's no other way to put it. That is a joke. But Bell's going to have a flat tire from the lead. That'll put Larson up to the lead, and now Harvick's up to second. But also, in terms of the tiebreaker between Kyle Busch and Austin Cindric, yeah, Cindric's 1 point behind Kyle Busch. And then I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, Kyle Busch's best finish is 20. Yeah, so Austin Cindric holds the tiebreaker with Kyle Busch. So if Austin Cindric can find one more spot on the racetrack, he is in. Oh my goodness, guys. This race has just been so crazy. Also, Blaney is basically locked in. So Blaney locks in, and it's basically just down to Briscoe, Suarez, Kyle Busch, Reddick, and Cindric. And now it looks like every majority of the field is going to come down pit road. Is anybody going to stay out? I'm looking. Oh, it's a bad stop on the 5. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me? Oh, another bad stop on the 4. They lose a wheel. Oh, my goodness. Bad stops by both Harvick and Larson. Harvick loses a wheel. He's going to have to back into the pit stop to put the left front back on. The 5 with a slow stop. What the heck right now? Bell has a flat tire from the lead. NASCAR decides to throw a caution, and he's going to keep the lead because of it. That is a joke. You should not have a flat tire under green and keep the lead. You should not bring out the caution and keep the lead. And the 11 car also with a loose wheel. But Buescher to the lead with a 2-tire strategy. Then Elliott, Byron. So Bell with a slow stop as well. I don't even know what's going on right now. That was one of the crappiest sets of pit stops for everybody. But what in the world, NASCAR? I'm sorry. You should not bring out a caution and then be able to keep the lead. Like, what in the world? That, to me, is just a joke. Yeah, the pit crews have been bad tonight, but, like, what in the world? Also, I believe the free pass is going to be Chase Briscoe once again, so that'll put, actually, no, hold on. It will be, yeah, I think Chase Briscoe once again, so that'll put 13 cars on the lead lap. But yeah, 60 laps to go in this one. And I just have to say is I'm probably going to make a rant video about what NASCAR has done with these cautions in these flat tires. I mean, they're throwing cautions just basically whenever they feel like it. And then it's screwing certain people, but helping others. You know what I mean? Like right now, Austin Cindric, if they had thrown a caution when he had his flat tire, he would easily be in the playoffs right now. But because they didn't, he's having to fight to get in. Whereas Keselowski would be leading this race right now if they would have thrown a caution for his, but instead they didn't. But because they threw a caution for Bell's, he's leading this race. Like, I'm just like, this is a joke. That's how I feel, Joseph. That's how I feel. NASCAR has done a terrible job tonight from an officiating standpoint. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe, though, if you haven't already. 200 people watching, 175 likes. Subscribe. We got 2,556 subscribers. I appreciate it. Let's get up. Can we get up to 2,600, guys? Let's get up to 2,644 subscribers away. Subscribe if you haven't already. Exactly 1 Mile Cup Series. NASCAR has me pissed off tonight. We're going to put up a new poll in the chat. Who wins at Bristol? Yeah, this was just a bad showing for NASCAR tonight. I mean, it's been some pretty good racing, but just leaves a bad taste in my mouth right now. So yeah, who's going to win? Buescher, Elliott. We'll put Larson and then Okay, so there's only 4 playoff drivers without issues tonight. Elliott, Byron, Larson, and Briscoe. Dang, that's pretty crazy. But what, I mean, this race has just been like, are you kidding me? Hey, guys, over 7,000 views on the night. I appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in. But you know what? That moves this stream up into the 5th biggest stream ever. But the green flag's back in the air. Busher on the outside, Byron on the inside. Good restarts for both lanes as they go into turn 1, though. But I think, no, Busher's still not clear as they go down the back straightaway. Byron fighting down low. And now it looks like Busher's finally going to prevail off of turn 4. But now Elliott's squeaking to the outside of his teammate. But as they run, Austin Cindric tied with Kyle Busch. And Logano stuck on pit road. They're trying to figure out they got a problem on the right rear on the 22. And that's the spot that Cindric gained that's currently got him in the playoffs. Also, Larson trying to get by Byron for 3rd now. Elliott's, though, up to 2nd place. Bell's behind him in 5th. Then Kevin Harvick way back in 12th, having a rebound after that terrible pit stop. But now, though, Austin Cindric is in, and Tyler Reddick is only 1 point behind the cut line as well. The only way, though, that Tyler Reddick's able to get in is if Suarez or Briscoe crashes out, or, I believe, if Castle, McLeod, Yaley, those guys crash out. But Busher out to the lead. And I thought Larson was going to be able to get by Byron there, but it just seems like it's too dang hard to pass. Like I've been saying, track position is all that matters. And because Busher had a clean pit stop there, it's putting him out to the lead, and he looks like he might be able to just walk away with this one now. He still has a strong car. I'm not trying to take it against him. It's more so me just being frustrated as a Larson fan that we just sold it there on that pit stop. And it's also frustrating for me that Larson decided that, NASCAR decides just to throw a BS caution that also takes away our lead. So I'm just like, what the heck? Ooh, Bell gave a bit of a shot there to the back of the 5. Oh, boy, but some guys having solid runs right now. A.J. Allmendinger up in 7th place. Custer in 8th. Thanks, Owen, for subscribing. Harvick is back up to 10th. Oh, who is that? Somebody pulling down pit road? Is that it's the 42 of Ty Dillon having to pull off. And that's going to be another spot for Austin Cindric. That's another spot for Austin Cindric, so now he'll be 1 point to the good. A shout out to Cody Ware having a great run in 17th. Corey LaJoy in 15th. Oh, boy, guys. The laps are winding down. 45 to go. Busher leads by about a second over Elliott and Byron and Larson and Bell. Can one of these Hendrick Chevrolets or the Gibbs Toyota catch up to the RFK Ford of Chris Busher? And it looks like Bell might have a shot to get to the inside of the 20. Oh, Ty Dillon is slow on the racetrack, so he was on pit road, but I guess he's back out on the track, but he is really slow. Yeah, now the 42 is coming back to pit road, so yeah, I think there's a pretty big issue on that 42. His night's probably going to be done. Larson and Bell still going at it for 4th place with 42 laps to go. Busher leads by 0.7 of a second over Chase Elliott. Then Byron 1.2 seconds back. And Larson and Bell side by side for 4th. Thanks everybody watching though right now. Looking at the people watching right now, 44% of you guys think Busher is going to win it. Then 22% say Bell. But as they run, though, Austin Cindric's 1 point to the good over Kyle Busch. And I think 3 to the good over Tyler Reddick. But Tyler Reddick could still inch his way back in this somehow, even though he's 30 laps down. There's still a possibility. Now, obviously, if Austin Cindric has an issue, that would help him out. And Austin Cindric has had a flat tire or two tonight. That could still happen with over 40 laps left in this race. The Fords have been having flat tires. That could kill Cindric's playoff run right now if he were to get a flat tire. Oh, and the 20 puts the 5 in the wall. Bell just put the 5 in the wall. What in the world, Christopher Bell? Larson's not going to forget that. Yeah, I don't know. That looked like that could have broke a toe link on the 5. We'll see. Or actually, no. Actually, I take that back. Bell did not get into the back of the 5. The 5 just sent it in too hard on his own. That was actually Larson's fault there. I take that back. Larson sent it too far in. Also, the other Petty GMS car now having an issue. Eric Jones off the racetrack. That's going to be another spot for Austin Cindric. Also, Reddick's about to pass Logano and and maybe Ty Dillon before this thing's over. That'll be another spot for him. So that'll move Reddick up to 2 to the bad. So yeah, now Reddick will move up to only 2 to the bad behind Austin Cindric. Oh boy, I'm just holding my breath right now. Man, Ty Dillon is just still limping around on that racetrack. That 42 has got some serious issues right now. Where is he even running on the racetrack? He is in 25th, 13 laps down. Well, it's Buescher still leading by just over a half second ahead of Chase Elliott, then Byron 1.3 seconds back, but Bell has caught up to Byron. And Bell's got probably the fastest car on the racetrack. It's just so hard to pass. I don't know if he's going to be able to get there. Yeah, right now, Cindric just 2 points. Reddick, 2 points to the bad behind Austin Cindric. And if he is able to move forward, Reddick does hold the tiebreaker between Austin Cindric and himself. Yeah, Reddick's opportunity to catch up in points, the opportunities are starting to dwindle. And as Austin Cindric passes Eric Jones, another driver having issues, now he moves to 2 points to the good over Kyle Busch and 3 to the good over Tyler Reddick. So Tyler Reddick has to move up to 24. Logano's out of this race, but Reddick has to move up to 23rd. He has to pick up 3 spots if he wants to move on to the next round. Now, Ty Dillon's having issues, so he might be able to pass Dillon. Jones also having issues, but that's only 2 spots, not 3. I think Reddick's just going to come up short. And with 25 to go, Bell has caught Byron. He's trying to get by this 24 for 3rd. Your top 5 still separated by less than 2.5 seconds, so they're still keeping it tight. And with all the flat tires we've seen, the last caution still may not have flown. Oh, boy. Yeah, your top 4, honestly, your top 5 all just kind of running nose to tail, 2 seconds apart. It's just so hard to pass. All these guys are just chaining around the top. Who's going to jump out of line? Who's going to try and make something happen? Thanks to everybody watching right now. We got 250 people watching. We're up to 2,560 subscribers. I appreciate it. We're only 40 away from 2,600. Let's get it. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's a free way to help support the channel. I know NASCAR has been very cool tonight, but maybe you can be cool tonight and subscribe. But Chris Buescher out front here with coming to 20 to go. The RFK cars have been really good tonight. Keselowski was leading late in the race. until he had a flat tire while leading. That took him out of contention. But now Chris Buescher's picking up the mantle, and he's looking to get RFK's first win as an organization here at Bristol with 20 laps to go. But Chase Elliott is coming. Byron, Bell, and Larson also aren't too far behind. And now the leader's starting to have to work some heavier lap traffic. Yeah, right now Buescher kind of growing that lead over Elliott just a bit, but Elliott's starting to get caught by the 24 and the 20. But right now, yeah, it looks like with 18 laps to go, I think your playoff picture is basically guaranteed unless Suarez crashes out. Unless Hendrick, Suarez, or Briscoe crash out of this race, they're all locked into the playoffs. And that means Kyle Busch, Reddick, and Dillon and Harvick are all out. Man, 15 laps to go. Buescher growing that lead right now. He's just hoping we don't see a caution. Hey, we're up to 2,563. 3 more subs. Only 37 away from 2,600. Let's get it. Let's get it. Buescher leading, though, looking to get his second career win. His first win with RFK. But if we were to get another winner tonight, a new winner with Chris Buescher, that would be the 19th different winner this season, and that would tie the all-time record set back in 2001. Oh, boy. Austin Cindric, though, just cannot have an issue. He cannot have an issue. He's just got to hope that he does not have a flat tire on that Ford. If he loses 2 spots, he's out of the playoffs, and Kyle Busch is back in. Also, Tyler Reddick's gotten by Ty Dillon, so that's another spot for him. So now he's 2 to the bad. So Reddick is 2 to the bad. If Reddick can find 2 spots with 11 to go, he can move on. But there's literally no way Tyler Reddick advances unless this thing goes to overtime, unfortunately. Unless Cindric has a problem. Reddick cannot gain any more spots, so he's going to need other people to lose spots for him to move on. But with 9 laps to go, Buescher leads by 0.8 of a second over Chase Elliott. Chase has not been able to make up any ground on him yet in this run. He's going to have to really push it right now if he wants to catch up to him. Chastain catching up to Kyle Larson with 8 to go. The battle for 5th place heating up. But dang, yeah, they're bringing up a good point on the broadcast right now. If Tyler Reddick would have won this race in the spring on dirt and not have gotten crashed coming to the checkers, he would have 5 more playoff points, and right now he would be in by 3 instead of out by 2. But it looks like with 5 to go, Buescher should be able to hang on unless we have something, something that we get a caution. RFK's been really strong all night. Had a great performance as a team. Guys, make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Almost 300 people watching right now. I appreciate it. We got 2,564 subscribers. Let's get to 2,600, baby. With 4 to go in the stage. Now 4 to go in the race. Now 3 to go as they get past the start-finish line. Buescher leads by just over half a second ahead of Chase Elliott. Two to go for Chris Buescher. He's just got to make it another mile. 1 more mile for Chris Buescher. Drop a like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. I appreciate it, the fun bros. And the white flag is in the air for Chris Buescher at Bristol. The next flag will end it. Chase Elliott only half a second behind. Can he close the gap? Down the back straightaway into turn 3 for the final time. Elliott's not going to be close enough. Chris Buescher will win at Bristol. Our 19th different winner of the year, tying the all-time record. Chase Elliott second, Byron third, Bell fourth, Larson rounds out your top 5, then Chastain, Allmendinger, Custer, Hamlin, and Harvick your top 10. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? A great win for Chris Buescher, gets his second career win. But out of the playoffs is Kevin Harvick, Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick, and Kyle Busch. Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch and Tyler Reddick, all 3 of those guys going out tonight. I can't believe it. It was a crazy race. Austin Cindric comes back from 5 laps down in stage 1 to move on to the next round by just 2 points. How about that, ladies and gents? Subscribe if you haven't already. That's all I got to say. We'll be live again next weekend for Texas. And Brad Keselowski congratulating his teammate Chris Buescher. Now, I know Keselowski's got to be pretty excited about this one, but at the same time, I feel like Keselowski's also got to be somewhat frustrated. Because Keselowski honestly probably would have won this race if he doesn't blow a tire. But here you have the first win for RFK. How about that? You guys witnessed it here tonight. And the majority of you guys are right in the chat. 50% of you guys saying Buescher was going to win. And just how about that for Chris Buescher? Hey, it's a good sign for next year, but you know what? The first round was swept by non-playoff drivers, and they're all first-time winners on the season. Like, that's just pretty insane. We are yet to have a playoff winner, a playoff driver win in the playoffs. And thanks to everybody watching, guys. This stream, thanks to you guys, has moved up to the 4th biggest stream we've had on the channel. Really appreciate it, guys. Going to slot in just ahead of Road America. And this was a long one. My voice is pretty dead. Almost 4 hours. Woo! Yeah, what a weekend. Bristol never disappoints. Unless that is if you're a Kyle Busch fan tonight. But guys, we'll be live again next weekend at Texas. Thanks to everybody who tuned in tonight. We're going to be shutting this thing down in just a moment, but give your rating out of 10. Rate that race out of 10 for me. If you didn't have all the weird, wacky cautions, it'd probably be more like a 7 out of 10, but honestly, this is like a 6.8. So many weird cautions for like just all these flat tires, just bad issues that like on NASCAR's part that really shouldn't happen, that really kind of hurt the race. I give it a 6.8 out of 10. I'm also a bit salty as a Larson fan. What are your guys' ratings out of 10? Jay, you're giving it a 7, so pretty solid. Hector, you're giving it a 7 as well. I feel like that's probably going to be kind of the consensus. Yeah, Jay, that's really what hurts my rating is the BS cautions. If you eliminate the BS cautions, or you just threw a caution for all the BS cautions, I'd probably give this race an 8.5 or a 9. It's just all those wacky cautions changed the outlook of this race so much. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to some guys who had a great run tonight. Cody Ware, P17. Corey LaJoy, P15. Some other, Justin Haley, P12. McDowell, P11. Custer, P8. Allmendinger, P7. BJ McLeod, P24. JJ Yaley, P23. Landon Castle, P22. Thanks to everybody watching right now. We're going to turn this thing off here in just a moment. Put your last thoughts in the chat. I'll check them out. But yeah, now going into the next round, the points will reset, and this is what they look like. It's going to be Austin Cindric once again in a deficit. He's going to be 7 points to the bad. Then Suarez 6 to the bad. Bowman 6 to the bad. Briscoe 4 to the bad. And then you have, actually, I didn't even realize, Chase Briscoe able to move on to the next round, but Harvick doesn't. Kind of slate. I actually thought Briscoe might be able to sneak into the next round of the playoffs. But then you have Blaney in P8. He'll be 4 to the good. Bell will be 4 to the good. Hamlin will be 4 to the good. And then you have Byron will be 6 to the good. And Larson will be 10 to the good. Chastain 11 to the good. Logano will be 16 to the good. And then you have Elliott will be 15 points to the good. So he'll be 31 points to the good. So Elliott's still pretty comfortable. He basically has like one throwaway race. And then you have Logano, though, honestly, being only 16 points to the good, that's really not enough. Yeah, it's still wide open to make it to the round of 8. And honestly, the next round is the most chaotic with Talladega and the Roval both being in it. Jim McNeil, only one playoff driver, or one Stewart-Haas driver remains in the playoffs. Yeah, thanks to everybody who tuned in today, guys. The 4th biggest stream in channel history, guys. I appreciate it. We'll be live again next weekend at Texas. Don't forget to tune in for that. But that's all for me, guys. I'm out.